Grazie.
Okay, we're live. We're live. We thank you, Hua, for another opportunity to and to come and just chat, teach, discuss His Word that we're going to be dealing with today. And the title of this is today discussions concerning the regathering. I know that there's a lot of talk out there about the regathering and this and that. I mean, a lot of talk about coming from our camps and our people everywhere talking about the regathering. And but one thing that I'm sure on it, is that we're closer than what we think. We do see scripture concerning where it concerns prophecy shaping up, just like what's going on in the so-called Middle East with Iran, the war, and all that kind of stuff. And the scriptures do talks about it. I think it's around in Isaiah 13 about when the Medes will get stirred up. He's going to stir up the Medes or the Persians, and you got people even talking and teaching today. That those are not real Iranians. Those are not the true Persians. I don't care. They living in the Persian land. So maybe that's why the scripture's talking about that the Persians are stirred up. I mean, if you living in the land of Persia, if you were born in that land of Persia, then you're a Persian, I guess. We was born over here in America, so that's why they
Yeah.
call us.
Americans.
That's why they call us. We're not live. We are not live. We are not live. I thought we were.
Look, we got our live faces on.
Okay. Okay. Take that. Let's try to make sure we're live here. Do someone have another device and you could go on YouTube and see that we are live? I'm not sure that we are yet.
Let me see.
Got it. I'm not sure that we're live yet, y'all.
Mm.
Discussion. No, you can. We're not.
Yes, we're live.
Okay, yeah, we are. We are live. We are live. Okay, gotcha. I
Okay.
appreciate that. Message. Okay. Are we live on Facebook? We're just making sure here. Yeah, we are live on Facebook. Okay. Okay. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. I mean shalom. Yeah.
Shalom.
The Shabbat shalom. I see you, baby girl. I see you, Brenda. I see y'all. Thank y'all for coming on this live day. But we're going to be, again, we're going to be discussing, these are going to be discussions concerning the regathering. And like I said, there's many teachings out there. There's many, people talking about the regathering of Yasharel and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, all I know is that we are more closer than what we thought that we, or even probably perhaps what we thinking we are. We are more close. All we gotta do is just simply look around and see what's going on in the world. You might say, well, I'm not about the news. I'm not about politics, but the news and politics can show you prophecy. Now, of course,
Yeah,
not.
the minutes grown cold.
Yeah, of course, not our line media. Our line media. Because we have a lying media. So you have to get your news and stuff from other things. But you look around in politics, it'll let you know what's happening concerning prophecy, even though they don't know that they are fulfilling prophecy. Again, just like the war in the Middle East. And but now this regathering is not what a lot of us think it is. We are just shouting and rejoicing about it and this here and that. And just like I always say, you have to look at how hard headed and stiff necked we are. Sometimes people think that the wilderness, like I said, I was looking at this thing another way for some time now, and of course, and I guess what helped me to do that, which was not right, which was wrong, is that Israel or Yasharel have experienced many wilderness. Every time they came out of a place of captivity, just about, they had to go through a wilderness. In a lot of places, they had to go through a wilderness and stuff. But nevertheless, the wilderness and the promised land is not the same place. It's not the same place, but many of us think that. So we're going to be reading even out of Ezekiel 20, and we're going to try to narrow some things down in it to really give us an understanding of how it's going to be. And I think what we bring out in Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, yeah, you read it many times. I know we have, but what we're attempting to bring out here, maybe it'll help us to, if we're not serious, it would help us to get more serious about the regathering before it take place. Maybe it'll help us to consider a lot more, a lot more about ourselves or whatever before we can, because it's going to be harder than what we think. It's designed to do a particular thing to us that will draw us closer to Yahuwah. It's designed to do that. And but nevertheless, I'm going to read some scriptures to you this morning. But before I read it, I want to see if my guests have anything to say. See, Sister Trudy have come on. Shaquille, I think Brother Isaac, y'all have your cameras off. But before we, and Sue Yahoo, Shaquille, Isaac. But before we go any further, do you guys have any thoughts or comments about the regathering? And I'd like to know what is your thoughts about it, or how you have made this thing up to be, or how do you see it in your mind, in your ruach, about the regathering of Yasharel, and what have you, and of course you guys can come and share with us even in the comments before we get into this thing, because I think we're really in for a surprise concerning the regathering of Yasharal. Concerning the regathering of Yasharal. So, do you guys have any thoughts or comments before we just move off into this?
I think the regathering is gonna be something we gotta prepare ourselves for. We gotta be ready in advance. We gotta like what I'm saying, execute
Yeah,
everything that the Messiah has us for us,
yeah,
and we gotta have our heart right and our mind war ready.
yeah. And I think too, in terms of the regathering, because we got to rethink some things. Because this is just me, not saying that it can't be. I can't see Yahuwah loading billions of people up on ships.
Mhm.
I can't
So,
see it, but I know that's what's been said about, the ships of Tarshish and all that kind of stuff. But if you, but we'll hopefully we'll get into that too. Hopefully we'll get into that too. Any more questions or comments that you'd like to comment on? If you got any thoughts concerning this,
remember how you were saying we're gonna be gathered again
of course we're going to be gathered again. But
in ships.
well, what do y'all think about that? Before we go any further, what do y'all think about that? Are we really going to be regathered, taken back, taken to the wilderness in ships? Are we really going to do that? Because we'll go to this verse first. Go ahead. I see your hand. Um, Suyahu, I see your hand. Go ahead.
Um, what I know is you guys in the diaspora, you were the ones that was taken to ships, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we here in Africa, we are also not in our land.
Mm-hmm.
We are also still going through apartheid. We also suffer those curses. We are not in our land. How are we gonna be gathered if the scriptures only says that we're gonna be gathered, um, taken back with ships?
Yeah.
Now, what about us? We were not taken by ships.
Yeah. You wasn't taken by ship.
You understand?
I think as Yashara, just
So
like
for me,
we,
that's a
yeah, I think for the most part, you know, man, in the beginning, and I'm including myself, through the excitement and stuff of waking up and all that kind of stuff, realizing who you are and all that kind of stuff. We prone to be teaching a lot of stuff wrong because we are so excited. We won't take time to really look at these scriptures, and plus on top of that, the scriptures has been so manipulated and stuff like that, and we don't take the time to really get into them or to really get into Yahuwah. We are so ecstatic about His name and who we are, and we don't take the time to really seek His face in terms of learning and wanting to know the truth. Because again, we always been a stiff necked, prideful, stubborn people. So I think it's safe to say, whether you like it or not, it's safe to say that we love to just accumulate some knowledge just to begin to express to others so they can be impressed with us. Do y'all understand me what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Instead of really getting down to the truth and wanting to know the truth and wanting to know it in order to present it so that more of our people can wake up, we're more concerned about, us just getting the knowledge so people can be impressed with us. And all that kind of stuff got to go. In order to be a minister, sure enough, a call went out, from Yahuwah to minister to his people. You're gonna have to love these people for real. You're gonna have to forget about you trying to make a name for yourself, as many of us try to make names for ourselves when we try to teach and come off like we are theologians. Ain't none of us are theologians. None of us are that. You know, let the theologians stay in the Christian community. You
Yeah.
feel me? Let them stay in the Christian community, because
Stay in them pews.
and all that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, I think it's a lot more to this gathering, and even how we're going to get in the wilderness. I mean, you think about this right here. You even got some of our teachers saying, that well, you need to try to flee Babylon, so you're gonna have to buy some tickets and get on some flights and come to Africa. All of us ain't able to do that. So to me, people like that are just only concerned about people, and we are rich in this too. We're only concerned about people that got a little something. Seem like got some money or something. What about the elderly that just can't get around? Huh? I can't even see them people getting on a ship. I mean, I have an elderly mom. I can't see her even getting on a ship. You feel me? But
Hmm.
now, and just to throw something out here at you, Yahusha did translate Philip. Y'all feel me? So just to throw something at you now, it might be a little bit of something to this rapture deal, which is not rapture, but a catching away. Like the scripture calls it. It might be a little something to that, but Christianity came in and corrupted and included all of them, everybody that want Jesus. So hey, we're gonna be raptured away. You just have to serve Jesus. No, 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 no,
That's
no.
deception right there.
When it talks about the catching away,
Yeah,
maybe it's just talking about Yasharal, because it's a promise to us.
yeah,
Are y'all
yeah, and
following
we
me?
won't be going to heaven like
Yeah,
Christianity.
and you won't be going to heaven like Christianity, because the scripture says that the meek shall inherit the earth. So, we'd be so
Hmm.
excited about teaching stuff, man, that we won't really get in Yahuwah's face and really seek him for a shown up understanding, so that our people can come into the truth of what it is. We just so impressed with knowledge and expounding upon it. I'm so sick of that crap. I'm so sick of that after about. Why don't we just humble ourselves and really seek him for our people, really seek him for ourselves, and see what I see your finger, Alex, and so he could do that for us. But we are so impressed because we know this and we know that, and I need to just go on to Isaac, because when I go to, I feel my blood begin to boil, because I'm so sick of us. I'm so sick of us. You know, we just as go on, brother Alex. Go ahead on. I'm curious to see what you're saying. I'm gonna try to keep my cool today.
you know, the
I
ship,
see you, truly.
like the gathering of the ships, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Was, it only happened two times, right? Or one time.
You talking about we're being taken away in ships?
Like big, yeah,
It only happened one time, from my understanding.
one time.
Yeah, from my understanding. Now I could be wrong, but listen. Let me let's turn to Isaiah 60.
Isaiah 60.
Yeah, let's turn to Isaiah 60. But before we go, someone give a Palau for us. Um, Shakir, you want to open us up in Palau? You go ahead and do that while we're turning to Isaiah 60.
All right. Uh, hold on, Isaiah 50 real quick. These big pages. I know you hear 'em. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay. Our Father in the Shamaim. Kodash is your Kodash name. You established the Shamaim, the heavens, before even Moshe was born. Even before you formed us in the womb, my Lord. Because we just come to you and seeking you, and we come to lean on your understanding, not our own. We come to you with our whole hearts, and because you established all our hearts, because you know our hearts, my Lord. You know where our opinions are, and help us not to be prideful, my Lord. Help us not to be boast up in our own knowledge. Help us to get in out of our own ways when we feel like we want to just hasten ourselves above you, my Lord, because we cannot hasten ourselves above you, because you present all our problems before us, my Lord, because you know what's best for us. And when you think we know what's best for ourselves,
yes, Father.
my Lord, we just ask you to give us a ruach of humbleness, my Lord. Give us a ruach of meekness, because you said the meek shall inherit the earth, my Lord. And I just ask you to help us, my Lord. Give us a ruach of kingship. Give us the ruach of understanding, patience, and shalom, my Lord, because you keep those in perfect peace. Shalom, whose mind is
Yes.
stayed on you, and our mind is stayed on you this Sunday morning, my Lord. We just ask you, come to you and seeking you with all of our heart and not leaning on our own understanding, but acknowledging you in all our ways, my Lord. We put our opinion to the side and what we know to the side, and we want to lean on you fully, my Lord. And I just thank you, my Lord. Help us to have this great study and any crazy interactions that's in our mind, my Lord. I ask you to uproot it and eradicate it, my Lord, by the power of the Ruach Hakodesh, and give us a spirit a Ruach of knowledge and of clarity and your knowledge and scripture. In Yahushua Mashiach's Kodash name,
Yes.
Apalah, Aman.
So be it. So be it. Thank you for
So
that,
be it.
Shaquille. Thank you for that. Now look, we're in Isaiah 60, and I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I'm gonna read this out of the Septuagint version.
Hallelujah. Wow.
Now to my right is the King James, but y'all can see that. But to my left is the Septuagint version of this, and that's we'll be reading out to my left. Okay, this is what it says. It says, be enlightened, O Jerusalem, be enlightened, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahuwah is risen upon thee. Behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and there shall be gross darkness on the nations. On the nations. Now you see in the King James version of that, it says in gross darkness on the people. But this speaks of the nations. Now, of course, we know people makes up nations and stuff, but the nations put it more in perspective, and we can see a whole lot of stuff fixing to happen, through these wars and all this kind of stuff. Gross darkness, and I believe this also talks about sin, also gross darkness. Also talk about the parade of sin that is in the earth today too, that will bring darkness, but it's also going to bring about a physical darkness through the destruction and the wars and that is happening also. It says, and the glory shall be seen upon them. It says, but I'm sorry, let me just start with verse 2 all over again. It says, behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and there shall be gross darkness on the nations. But Yahuwah shall appear upon thee, and his glory or his esteem shall be seen upon thee. The kings shall walk in thy light, and nations in thy brightness. Okay? All right, let me just go on.
Mhm.
Verse 4 says, lift up thy eyes round about, and behold, thy children gather. All thy sons have come from far. I'm gonna point out something in this here now in a little bit. It says, "All thy children have come from far, and thy daughters shall be born on men's shoulders." Now you know what that about. Y'all have seen us sometime how we carry our children. We put them up on our neck and we walk with them. This is what we talking
Yeah.
about. So there's gonna be some of that. But now it says in verse 5, "Then shall thou see and fear and be amazed in thine heart, for the wealth of the sea meaning people, for the wealth of the sea shall come around thee, and the nations of peoples and herds of camels shall come to thee." Now you are well, let me just keep going. Verse 6 says, "And the camels of Midian or Midian, and I can't pronounce that word, but it's Ephah or something, shall cover thee. All from Seba shall come bearing gold," because we know camels are animals, that for travel, for taking heavy burdens and carrying them from one place to another. This is what they seen back then. But anyway, it says, "And shall bring frankincense, and they shall publish the salvation of Yahuwah." And verse 7 says, "And all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered, and the rams of Naboth shall come, and acceptable sacrifices shall be offered on my altar, and my house of prayer," it says, "shall be glorified or esteemed." Verse 8 says, now this is why I say, could it really be some ships? Because verse 8 says this right here: "Who are these that fly as clouds and as doves with young ones to me?" Who are these? You fly like clouds. And then it says, "The owls," in verse 9, "have waited for me, and the ships of Tarsus among the first." Now think about what verse 8 said first, right? And then now when we come to verse 9, it talks about the ships of Tarshish. Look what it says concerning the ships of Tarshish. "The isles have waited for me," or the island, even the island people, because our people are everywhere. I was watching a documentary the other day, and it was, Will Smith. Y'all probably have seen this stuff. I think the name of that documentary, what he's doing from pole to pole, traveling everywhere, and he traveled to a lot of the islands where our people were, only our people. And guess what? White folk had even made it out there and colonized them, changed the names of islands, which our people originally called them. So I mean, island just in the middle of a sea. That thing looked like it might be, I don't know, maybe 5 miles long. They have even made it out there, and they call it Tench Island, but the proper name was Imusu or Musu. So they didn't change that and colonize that, and only about 100 some people on the island. Only around close to 100 some people on the island. So reason why I'm saying it right, because they have touched everything. They have touched everything, and if this Christianity gospel was the truth, why hadn't the end come? Because that is not the truth that Yahushua is talking about. The truth that Yahushua is talking about is what we're engaging in now. The truth. And the Torah, that's when that truth go out to the ends of the earth, then the end is going to begin to come. But let me get back to this here, what I was saying. It says, "The isles have waited for me, and the ships of Tarsus among them first." Who are the ships of Tarsus? Now, we think that we're supposed to go back on ships simply because of this verse right here. But it's talking about who was brought here in ships.
Yeah. You
Yehuda,
guys.
yeah, Yehuda
Yes.
was brought here in ships. Are y'all following me? And so this is who is referring to. Yehuda is going to wake up first. And we have seen that happen. It's just referring us to the ships of Tarshish. And if you didn't know it, the city of Tarshish is well known for shipbuilding back in the day. They was well known. Let me see here. Let me read something to you if I got it here. The ships of Tarshish was well known for shipbuilding. I don't even know if I got it. I probably won't find it. No, I probably won't find it in time. But anyway, if you go and research that yourself, the city of Tarshish was well known for shipbuilding. So it's not telling you in verse 9 that let me read it out of King James. It says, surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first. Why some ships gonna be waiting on him? He's talking about because we came over here by ships, and I don't know if they was built by Tarshish, but he's using their language of their day because Tarshish, the place of Tarshish, was well known for shipbuilding. I was told the first ship came over here was named Jesus that brought us over here, named Jesus, and then they give him that. They give us that for a savior. The hell? Come on, man. Are y'all following me? But that's what it is. That's what it is. Hold on 1 minute. But that's what it is. But now, go to verse 8 again. Who are these that fly as clouds and as doves with young ones to me? In the King James, it says, who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Could this be an indication that that this is a type of catching away for Yasharal? Because that's who it's dealing with here. In other words, just boom, just flash. And we're all of a sudden in the wilderness.
Yeah,
Can,
the twinkle
can I
of an
say
eye.
something?
Are y'all following me what I'm saying? I said, what, Isaac?
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Come on. Come on.
Um, See, that's what I'm saying. The ship, the ship part. We all know that Yehuda, was carried by ships, but also the other tribes as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember the Europeans, the Spaniards, you know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
use ships to transfer, you know, the slaves,
Yeah.
from all over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I don't know. I might be wrong too. Like the ship part. It probably happened 2 times because
Mm-hmm.
there's 2 different times when they use the ships to ship the slaves.
I
You know what I'm saying?
you when you say you mean 2 times in the same in the same event of bringing the
You
Israelites
know,
or Israelites into
like
slavery.
yeah, like the electric slave trade that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That happened first,
Mm-hmm.
and then
The Atlantic slave trade.
the Sahara.
No, I think it was the
Yeah.
Arab slave trade.
Or okay, the
Yeah.
Arab slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then um the electric slave trade, and then the black burden.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there
Those are
something
two.
called like the Spanish Inquisitor as well? Or what?
Yeah, you know, yeah, the Spanish. Like I said, the Spanish, the Europeans are the
Mm-hmm.
ones that who orchestrate the slave trade. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't remember reading of another time that our people went into slavery by ships, but the
Well,
transatlantic. I mean, if anyone else
yeah,
know of it, please feel free to say something. Even those that is in the comments, do y'all know of it? Because I can't. I don't remember another one. I mean, I
you
think
know,
that's why Yahuwah just even referred to. When this last time here we was gonna mess up, he said this time you're gonna return to Egypt or to the house of bondage in ships because I don't think it was
yeah.
a time before then. I think the
I,
transatlantic was
I,
the. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
you know that like I said, I'm I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, the electric slave trade can can also be with the other
They came
the
over
other
too.
slave
The other
trade.
tribes came over. Some other tribes came in ships also. It was just more than the tribe of Yahuwah of Yehuda. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I can go with that. I mean, I
yeah.
can go with
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can
Because
go with that one.
we all we all know that Yehuda was the one that who was carried by
Yeah.
You know, more, they had it, the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Right.
and was done the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And but at the same time, like, you know, in Deuteronomy, it tells us that the curses, you know what I'm saying? The curses, it only pertains Yasharal, all the curses
Yeah.
and the blessings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
to me, you know, the the ship part, I don't know. Like you said, we might just be poof. You know,
we we
you know
might
what I'm
we might just
saying?
we might
Right.
just poof out of here. Because verse 8,
Yeah.
I mean, everything that is saying here, what is verse 8? Why is verse 8 even there? If it's not there to tell you something. Why is verse 8 even there? Because it's talking about going back to verse 1. It's saying, be enlightened, O Jerusalem, for the light is come, for the light is come, and the glory of Yahuwah is risen up on you. Behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and there shall be gross darkness over the nations, but Yahuwah shall appear upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon you. Yasharel, this is what it's talking about. It says the kings shall walk in thy light. Kings shall walk in thy light. They ain't walking in their own light and esteem no more. They're gonna walk in Yasharal's light. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna let you know that there's gonna be some other people in our land, our kingdom, and all that kind of stuff. But they're there to serve, and that's other scriptures that backs that up. Then verse 4 says, "Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, thy children gather." We talking about Yasharel here. Thy children gather, all thy sons have come from afar, and thy daughters shall be born upon men's shoulders. Then shall they or thou see and fear, and be amazed in thine heart, for the wealth of the sea shall come around to thee, and of the nations of people, and herds of camels shall come to thee, and the camels of Midian and Siphar shall cover thee. All from Seba shall come, and I ain't even sure. I wish I was showing it to you, but that's okay. But I'm trying to get down here to verse 8. It's mentioning all of this. It's mentioning all what's going to happen to us, what's coming to us in terms of wealth, and then all of a sudden, verse 8 says, "Who are these that fly as clouds?" Are y'all following me here? Why is this even
And
mentioned?
Revelations. Yeah.
Who are these that fly as clouds and as doves with young ones to me? Fly. Fly mean fly.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yasharal.
Revelations also says about flying.
Okay, what?
Revelations 12.
Revelations
12,
12?
Revelation
12
12.
verse 14.
Okay, let me go to that. Revelations 12.
Yes, verse 14.
Okay. Revelations 12, verse 14. Yep, sure do. Well, we just read that. And let's just bring it out. Let's just show it on the screen here. It says this in verse 14. It says, "And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness." That's Yasharal. Given 2 wings. Man, we need to look a little closer than talking about, oh, we came here on ships, so we're going back on ships. No, it says that ships of Tarshish is going to be awakened to this first, referring to us, I believe. You know what I mean? Because many of us came here on ships. The ones that came here on ships, the majority is Yehuda. But thank Isaac for pointing out, could have been some of the other ones too, and no doubt about that, because Benjamin joined with Yehuda, Levi, somewhat joined with Yehuda, and other nations. We was in there. But we're gonna wake up first. Could this be talking about this? Now, this woman given great wings. Yahshua given great wings and fly into the wilderness. Gonna fly into the wilderness. How else would you interpret that? Why would we say ships, but she been given wings to fly? Like that's a certain catching away of something. Do we not think that Yahuwah is able to do it? Do we not think that? Do we not think it? Could it be that this catching away is talking about Yasharal, you know, and still trying to load? And then on top of that, people might say, because we always got some contrary folk. We contrary by nature. You know, Shaquille saying this right here, but I'm just gonna be contrary and say, no, I believe it's this way. You know what I mean? And I don't even believe it in a way, but just to be contrary to what he's saying. So all the attention can come on me. We are like that. We are like that. This is why only a remnant of us going to make it. But I just wanted to show y'all that. I just wanted to show you that, you know. Uh, um, I just wanted to show you that. I mean, I really did, because it's some stuff going on with us, around us, and all this kind of stuff. But hey, we just need to rethink. I see your finger. Go ahead, because I'm looking for something here. Go ahead, Sue Yahoo.
There's something in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse um, verse 18. Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
that kind of like witnesses to what you're saying. With
Jeremiah.
the fact that Yehuda will be brought first. The I mean, or taken first, or
Jeremiah 3.
you guys are, yeah, chapter 3. You guys are gonna wake up first, and you will be rescued first, or something like that. You know, um,
Which verse is it? Let me see. I'm there.
verse 18.
Verse 18. Okay, it says, in those days, the house of Judah, and this is the Septuagint again, I'll put it there. It says, in those days, the house of Judah shall come together to the house of Yasharal or Israel, and they shall come together from the land of the north and from all the countries to the land which I caused their fathers to inherit. And I said, so be it. Yahuwah, for thou saidest, I will set thee among children, and will give thee a choice land, and an inheritance of the almighty allure of the Gentiles. And I said, ye shall call me Father, and ye shall not turn away from me. Okay, so you want to elaborate on
Yeah.
that, sis? Okay, go ahead.
So when you read the whole chapter in context, it also talks about, it doesn't really go into the wilderness, but it also talk about the gathering. So when you read from maybe from verse 16, I mean 17 or 16, you'll find that Yahuwah is actually saying that wherever you guys are scattered,
Mm-hmm.
as we assume, that the wilderness is in Africa, because as we read now in verse 18, it says, the house of Yehuda will come to the house of Yasharal.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of the whole tribes are represented here in Africa. So I take it this is
Mm-hmm.
the house of Yasharal. But it talks about in the northern land. So we are not all in the northern side. So meaning we are going to be gathered to the northern land, but Yehuda will be taken from afar to the house of Yashral. So I'm assuming it talks about Africa, yeah. And then from there we're gonna be in the wilderness, and then from there we're gonna be taken to the land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm wanting to get to that. We're gonna get to that too in Ezekiel 20, because it talks about the wilderness versus the land. And again, most of us
yeah,
think that it's the same thing, but I'm telling you, Yasharal, that's a lot of preparing you gotta do. And let me say this: I was thinking about this the other night, because if he's just gonna translate us, because we come up with everything, and we have to be careful if he's going to translate us. Because early in my awakening, you're hearing people talk about the 3 days of darkness and all that kind of stuff, and that stuff is straight Catholicism. Of course, that happened to Moses them and all that kind of stuff. But and and I heard early, people say, well, telling us how to pack, telling us how to pack a backpack and all that, what to carry, and this here and that when we are getting ready to be gathered. But it was always in my mind. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna walk to. Are y'all following me? Where am I gonna walk to? Where am I gonna go to meet up with everybody else? And what if I ain't got no money? I'm gonna be lost because I ain't got no money to buy no fuel to get on no jet. No, are y'all following me? We don't think sometimes. All of our people are not as I don't know as not don't have the means like other people. You got some poor Yasharites, man. My father, we just coming out of the curses. We ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. But
Homeless,
how are we going to gather?
homeless ones as well.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of us, especially over here, is homeless. I know they want to show y'all over there, Susan, the great American dream and all that. There's a bunch of our folk over here homeless. How who are gonna forget about them? Because the last time I remember, that's who his heart was really after, the poor.
Then he even put in the scripture, he said, broke are
Yeah.
the poor in spirit and Ruach.
Yeah, but he gonna send a bunch of people out with buying plane tickets for the poor. He gonna search them out from under the bridges. Is this what Yahuwah gonna do so he can put them on some buses and get us out of here and then take us to port somewhere and put us on some ships? Or will it just be easier to just translate us like he have done things in the past? Which would be easier? Which would be easier? Which would y'all think would be easier? I'm not trying to tell Yahuwah what to do.
The translating one.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because you're gonna have to send out, he gonna have to send
And
out a massive amount of people to find all us. He already know where we at.
yeah,
We're under bridges,
yeah,
we're under houses, we're in everywhere, man. Anywhere, any low place, you can find a Yashuralite. Any place that is just totally, you can find some of us. So what are you gonna send out a search party? Because he says I'm gonna bring all of Yasharal into the wilderness, all of Yasharal. Now
yeah,
all of
From the least of them
Yasharal
to the
ain't
greatest of them.
all of Yasharal ain't coming into the kingdom, but all of Yasharal is coming into
yeah,
the wilderness. I'm gonna show you that in a minute here. So what are you gonna do? Send out a search party? We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
We're
yeah.
under ice in
And,
Alaska. We're under the ice.
yeah. And what I like about Yahuwah is he always does things for his name's sake.
Yeah.
He always wants the glory for everything. So him doing that pooping thing, obviously, it's going to be such a wonderful, an amazing, miraculous event. Everybody has to know that
Yeah.
it's his doing. It's not
Come
our own
on.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like you
Yeah.
say, there's a lot of homeless people, and there will be rich people that will be packing if we're gonna go to the ships, with the ships, of which I don't believe. Rich people that will be packing, they will be, I mean, stocked up and everything. What about the people that don't have anything to eat? What are they going to eat? You understand when they
Yeah.
get to the wilderness. So Yahuwah wants to esteem. He is going to take care of us so that
Yeah.
we look upon him and not
Yeah.
on ourselves.
Yeah.
As Revelation 12 verse 6 says, we are going to be nourished in the wilderness for that 3.5 years. And
Yeah.
who can do that? Only our Alua.
Yeah, and and I'm thinking back some a few years ago. Here come these people telling you get ready for the wilderness, and this woman trying to get up some men so there'll be enough men around to wheel the old people that's in wheelchairs on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all feel me? Willis, when we know that Yahuwah, you talk about patterns. I mentioned that to you. Just like when Yahuwah brought us out of Egypt, he said there was none feeble among them. He healed them all. Anybody that had sicknesses, anybody that had diseases. That's what he said. Your shoes didn't wear out here. You was out here for all these years. Nothing wore out because I'm sustaining everything. But now you looking for somebody to some men, a bunch of men to wheel old folk that's in wheelchairs on the ship. Get your tail somewhere and sit down. We put all this stuff out here concerning Yasharal. We put it all out here. Are y'all following me? And we just have people thinking everything. We have them thinking everything. I don't believe that we're going back on no ship. Well, it said the ships of Tarshish. Read that in this context. Because right before it talks about them ships of Tarshish, it talks about who are these folk that's flying. They fly like doves in the cloud. Could it be Yasharal being translated? We don't even think about that. Oh, that's just too hard for you to explain. So you rather go down to verse 9 and say, is Yasharal flying back? Is Yasharal getting on ships? When it says the ships of Tarshish, should pretty much see first, referring to a people that came in on ships. Go ahead, Sister Trudy.
I don't think that we're going to have to do anything to leave. Like, if we have to leave or escape, we're not going to have to worry about nothing because they don't like us. They're going to want to get rid of us. They're going to want us gone. Remember, Lincoln wanted to put us on ships to take us back to where we came from then. So there's cruise ships. I mean, I'm not well, I don't know, but I do know that.
I've heard that too, the cruise ships. I have, but go ahead.
No, I remember when I was a little girl, I had a dream. I don't know if I told y'all this, and I really thought it was real. I was probably like 10, maybe, and it was like this man was literally blowing the horn. I'm not going to go the whole dream, but he at the end of the dream he was blowing the horn and saying, "If you have your tickets, come on." Now everyone did not get on those ships because being separated. Can't, we're all going together, but it was like different people went on different types of ships. Now that was I was only 10 years old and I didn't the dream, but I know that he does say that he's going to gather us. We're not going to have to. He's going to cause, I feel he's going to cause our enemies to gather us.
I've heard that too.
Did before.
Yeah, I heard like, okay, they brought us over here, and he gonna make sure they take us back.
Right, we're not gonna have to worry.
I've heard that too. Okay,
yeah, because even like in is it Mecca? M-I-C, Mecca. Yeah, it says Yahuwah promised to assemble the remnant of Israel like the sheep in a fold. So if he's going to do it, he's not going to put no burden on us.
Yeah,
the burden would be on those.
I got you.
And then in Isaiah 11 to 12, it says, "And the Lord will set his hand again a second time to recover the remnant of his people from the four corners of the earth."
And one left.
So I believe that, remember, the same way that he says that he'll cause your enemies, they're going to be storing up things for us.
Yeah, he said he'll make our enemies their footstool.
Okay.
I believe that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be no struggle on our part. The struggle is going to be on who's going to want to go. And from now that I'm thinking about that dream, the people who didn't want to go, we had to jump in a big black pot that used to cook pork in. Well, y'all probably don't know about making hog head cheese, but it's a big old black pot.
I don't know.
One of them cast iron pots with a fire built under it.
Yeah,
that's before my time.
Like I said, I was 10 years old, and in that dream, people were jumping in this water in this pot because you had to get cleansed before you could go.
Yeah,
get on the ship. Some people didn't get out the pot. It was like boiling pork. Fat was on top of the pot when some people jumped in, and you would see blood and how pork was when you boiled it. That's how the top of the pot was.
Okay. Now
So
just like what you're saying there, because you know dreams are filled with symbols
mhm.
to convey a message with symbols, and
Yeah, I was 10 years old, so I never
yeah.
really understood that.
Yeah, and so I'm saying that to say this right here because you know ain't nobody gonna be in no boiling pot. It might represent some, you know, some trouble and all this kind of stuff or something. Don't want to go, but that's what I'm saying. Even about the ships, you know, that you dream that maybe somebody got on ships and stuff. It's a mode of travel. It could
Right.
symbolize this, and I'm not even saying. Only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because it says this in verse 8. Who are these people coming flying? Why would it inject that into the gathering of Yasharal?
Could it be planes?
That came into my mind too.
Remember when Afghanistan, when they had to leave, and I think those people, when they had them on the plane 119, the Air Force, Army or whatever, it was 119. Backwards is 911. The Afghanistan, they got them out of there, and they were on a plane. Now, if they have enough planes that size, everyone's not going to want to get on there.
Yeah, and look here. And even if it was planes, I still see your hand, Sue Yahoo. Even if it was planes or it's boats, you got to be. Look, you ain't even finna find all Yasharel to get on them. Whether the ones you see, where the rest of them at? I mean, we're everywhere. We're in places. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm looking at this thing now. We're in places where it ain't even no bus, ain't no where it can be ships, it ain't even no planes, ain't even no runways. We're in places. I mean, like I said, man, I watched this documentary and stuff, you know, that boy was on and stuff. And our people are in places where it's next to impossible. But now anything is possible with Yahuwah.
The Bundus.
Huh?
Places like that we call the Bundus. There's nothing there.
Yeah, we call it the boondocks. We call it the boondocks.
We used to watch the Boondocks.
Over here we call it the boondock. Man, you stay in the middle of the boondocks. You don't want nobody to know where you at.
We're out there.
You know the
We're out there in
boondocks.
the boonies.
The boonies.
Y'all call it the boonies.
Yeah, we say Bundus.
Okay, over here we say
Australia
boondocks.
call it bush.
Call it
Okay.
bush. Okay.
It's similar.
Yeah, it's
That's how
similar.
we say.
It's similar. But man, yeah, man, that's just the way it is. But me personally, I mean, hey, it might be something to the who are these people that fly? And then this woman been given wings in Revelations. It's just something to think about. It's just something to think about. And plus we're numbering how we're numbered. I mean, that's our people are even in the deep, deep bush of Africa on different places. You know what I mean? Who gonna go in there and get them so they can put them on a ship, take them to the port? Who gonna go in there and get them? Let me get you wasn't done, Trudy, because Sue Yahoo had her hand up. Let me go to her and then I come back to you. Go ahead, Sue Yahoo, because we'll keep talking.
It's okay. She can finish. I'll wait.
Go ahead, Trudy.
I'll lay your plane, sis.
Trudy, you hadn't froze up, have you? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
my flipping around.
Okay, now you're sideways. You're sideways. Okay, you're
I
sideways.
know.
Okay. All right, now go ahead and finish what you've been saying.
No one's going to. Yahuwah knows where every last one of us is
He
at.
knows.
He knows.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going. I feel that he's going, because it says that he is going to gather us.
Yeah.
He is going to gather us. So he could be sending his messengers to say, "Hey, come with me." You know, he's going to. We're not going to have to worry about nothing. He's going to make the provisions. He's going to make sure that everything is where it needs to be for us. We just got to make sure that we're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Yahuwah promises to assemble the remnant of Yasharel like the sheep in the fold. So if he's going to gather us, we don't got to worry about it. We just got to be ready, follow the laws and the commandments, because we're going to still have to follow these. We have to follow the laws and the commandments. And I should tell my children, like, y'all better learn these things. Because what if these, what if these are questions that you have to answer before leaving? To make sure that you ain't gonna try to be like the other children of Israel was. Children of Israel was.
You know,
Gotcha.
What you want to say? The kids of Israel. The kids of Israel.
Your children.
My mind, I've been allowing, so my mind is, transitioning to the right way. Transforming to the right.
Yeah. Listen.
Who was answering you?
Listen, all y'all Yahshualites that's listen. It ain't nowhere in the scriptures that Yahuwah refers to our children as kids. Try to break that.
Goats.
I know it's gonna be hard, but now the only places listed in the scriptures where it refers to kids is talking about baby goats. I'm talking to all of us now that is listening and are hearing, and I know it's hard to break those type of words because we're around it now. Everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying that. That's just like what I was pulling the other day. I said in the name of Jesus. Don't y'all remember, Trudy? I'm telling you, man, because this stuff is all around us, and we try to break it. We try to break it. We try to break it, but we have to keep on trying to break it because we listen to it all the time.
First, you be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that way, that's in it, renewed. Yes. I believe that he's going to gather us with no problem.
It's kind of like this. Let me say this here, Trudy. It's kind of like, okay, you heard a Prince song the other day, the Green Beret or something, Red Beret or whatever it is, Purple Rain. And then you heard rain. It, Purple Rain. And then you walking down in the supermarket song, because you didn't heard it. You didn't heard it. That's all what I'm talking about. But as long as our hearts are geared to try to break these curse words that we speak and speak up on our children. But I know it's gonna make it. I know he's gonna make it easy for us. It's gonna make it easy for us. I gotta go to Sue Yahoo before you Shakia, when Trudy get done here, and but go ahead, Trudy. You're sideways again. She's done. Go ahead, Sue Yahoo, and then we'll go to you, Shakia.
Okay, I was gonna say I agree with what the Trudy said. These people don't want us here. Remember, they're also waiting for us to leave, so that prophecy can still be fulfilled through them bringing the Antichrist, anti-Messiah. So they are also waiting for our departure, so their plan can be set up. With the new world order, and the mark of the beast, and the revealing of the anti-Messiah, and all of those things. So I agree with what she's saying. They actually don't want us here. But for me personally, I don't believe that they're going to have any hand in us leaving. I believe it's just going to be strictly Yahuwah, because he wants the glory, he wants the esteem, he wants people to know it is him that has done that. Like you said yesterday, about the rapture thing, I believe that not a real rapture like the way that the Christianity has taught us, going to heaven and everything. Yeah, we will be taken away. So people can know that, this is really Yahuwah's hand that has done that. No man's hand was involved with it. No man can get the esteem. Only him.
Only him. Yeah. Will get the esteem. Well, Yasharel, you got to be ready. Your preparing ground is actually here, since you're coming into the awakening. Shalom, Scotty. Shalom, Big Aki. How's it going? But are y'all understanding me what I'm saying? We can look at the shape that we are in right now, and that will determine, we can kind of like get a determination whether we will make it out of the wilderness by your attitude now. Because a lot of y'all, we still can't tell nothing. We still can't teach you nothing. You got your own mind and all of that. Are you following me? Now, in that, we're going to go to Ezekiel. We're going to go to Ezekiel 20. And we're going to show you something right here. Because many of us have read, I've read Ezekiel 20. Okay, read it a damn again. because we got that attitude before. Are y'all following me? Let's read it again. Because you read it and you think that you know everything, but let's point out some key stuff in here. And I'm going to read it to you out of the truth scriptures, the truth. That's the name of this Bible, yeah, the truth scriptures here. Ezekiel. If you got your Bibles, go to that. Let me see here.
Ezekiel right now. But back in the day, my
Oh
uncle
yeah, yeah,
used
yeah.
to
Go
call
ahead,
me.
go ahead. I forgot about you, Shaquille. Go ahead, go ahead.
So back in the day, my uncle used to call me kid for the longest, man. I was
Mm,
like, man, as I got older, I realized what that was. I had to correct him. I'm saying, look, I ain't no kid.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that means a goat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I had to stop him.
You reminded me of this here because I know this
Good
here.
deal.
This is very prevalent around our camps, and I ain't talking about the Hebrew camps. What I mean by camps is very prevalent here around our neighborhoods. I say that guy Pat, what's up, dog? We call each other dog, right? Y'all ain't never heard
like
that.
that's like
I
that's my
don't.
dog.
I don't play that because I ain't no dog. And I told the guy that. We've been knowing each other, and I hadn't been around him in some years and stuff. He said, "Hey, what going on, dog? I ain't seen you." I said, "Man, I ain't no dog. Don't call me no dog." Because words come in. And y'all may think, well, okay, well, he ain't had to be like that. You ought to start being like that. You'll quit going for everything. Words bring about what you're saying. I mean, they take shape. But by
Where's the
us not
spirits?
not realizing or recognizing that, then hey, you'll just let people call you everything. And he's, oh man, I'm sorry then. And I took the time to explain to him, you know, about this English language that we speak. All of it cursing. It is a it is
Wicked
a it is
language.
a wicked, cursed language. Even spelling a word, spell,
Yeah.
catching a spell. And then we even added to the Bazura. We call it God spell, gospel,
You, you gotta
gospel,
hold.
and we don't realize these things. You know what I mean? And also, hey man, so I'll be glad when the Most High restore back to us the sacred language. Cause I ain't got the mind to just learn it and be fluent in it. I ain't, you know, it just tear me up. So I'm waiting on him to restore. Just like Sister Trudy said, he'll make things easier. So all praise be to that. But listen, let's go to Ezekiel, and I want to show you some stuff, and we're gonna end up reading this whole chapter right here. And when we maybe not the quite whole chapter, but I just want to point some stuff out to you to let you know how we got to be as a people, and to let you know also that we are stiff necked, we are hard headed. We don't want to be told this right here. Now it's all right if we are the one that's telling it, but we don't want to be told it. We want to be the one that's telling it. If you following me, this is how we are as a people. We want to be the one that's telling it, but we don't want to be told it. Do y'all get me?
Gotcha.
Okay, now look at this verse. And remember, y'all can follow along with me in your versions of Bible. But I'm reading these truth scriptures. This is what it says. Can y'all still hear me pretty good? Okay,
Yes, we can.
good deal. Good deal.
You
Okay.
too, man.
Let me see. Okay, I'll go to these comments later because I see a few interesting ones. But I want to get to this. Okay, look at chapter 20, Ezekiel. Y'all follow me, okay? I won't show it on the screen because I'm reading out of a different one that Bible that I will use on the screen. I wish I had this in the digitized version, or I would show it, but I wouldn't because you know this is y'all know the guy that came. I guess you might know the guy that came up with these true scripture stuff. He don't have a good reputation among me, but I still think that this is the most purest Bible I could say. The most true scriptures, that Yahuwah used him to do, or whatever. Because might not want to do it because I don't think too highly of this guy. But hey, he did what he did. But anyway, just like Jehu, I think I made mention of that. Jehu, he was what you call it, ordained to go. He was anointed to go and slay Jezebel. He told Elijah to go and anoint Jehu as king, and he went and slayed Jezebel. Now you got to understand, Jehu was an idolater, an idol worshiper also, an idol worshiper also. And when he got through doing what Yahuwah told him to do, he went right back to worshiping his idols. But he accomplished what Yahuwah wanted him to accomplish. So that's what I'm saying about this guy that wrote this Bible, because all the other Bibles we got has been translated from the Masoretic text, the Jewish Masoretic text. All right, but this is the only one that that is not, that I know of, that is not translated from the King James. Even y'all scriptures, hallelujah scriptures, all of them is translated from the King James, that was originally translated from the Masoretic, Jewish Masoretic text, which is false. That's when you got all these manipulative add-ons. But even though this one that I'm talking about now, it ain't even the perfect one. Ain't none of them perfect. And we ain't gonna get the perfect one until the perfect one come back and give it back to us. But he gonna put it in our heart. So you ain't gonna need it on no book, no pages, no paper. You ain't gonna need it like that. He said, I'm gonna put it in your heart. All of you gonna know me. All of you gonna, it's gonna be in your heart and in your inward parts and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're waiting on. But until then, let's read it out of this book. All right, chapter 20 of Ezekiel, starting with verse 1. It says, in the 7th year of the exile of Yahuakim, keep in mind, might read a little different. On the 10th day of the 5th new moon or new month, some of the elders of Yasharel came to ask about Yahuwah, and they sat down in front of me. Yahazakal or Ezekiel. Verse 2 says, then the word of Yahuwah came to me, Yahazakal, saying, human one, speak to the elders of Yasharel and say, this is what the master Yahuwah says. Have you come to question me? And some of your Bibles might say, have you come to inquire of me, or whatever. It says, as surely as I live, I shall not answer you, declares the master Yahuwah. Okay, let's stop there real quick. I mean, this is the elders of Yasharel coming to inquire of Yahuwah. Why Yahuwah is saying this right here? I will not answer you. I will not answer you. Because these people was carrying idols in their heart. Most like a lot of us today. Yahuwah comes second, third, fourth, or fifth, or whatever. But is he really first in our hearts? And we be inquiring of him. We be inquiring of him. But let me just keep reading. Verse 4 says, shall you judge them, human one? Then confront them with the disgusting abominations of their ancestors. They were still worshiping them. You got me? And this book is also going to let you know why Yahuwah is even fed up with us to this day. I know you ain't going to like, oh, he loves us. You the apple of his eyes. True. When I was raised in DW, he was the apple of mine and love him, but there was some days I was disgusted with that joker. You hear me what I'm saying? Still love him. But I'm ready to knock his rock off. Believe me what I'm saying to you. This is how Yahuwah feel about some of us. Now, verse 5 says, say to them, this is what the master Yahuwah says. On the day I chose Yasharal, I lifted my hand in an oath to the descendants of the house of Jacob. I revealed myself to them in the land of Matsar or Egypt and said, I am Yahuwah, your Alua. Keep that in mind. He said the day. Are y'all hearing that? He says, on the day I chose them, I revealed myself to them. On the day. Verse 6 says, that day I swore to them with an uplifted hand to bring them out of the land of Matsar or Egypt into a land I had chosen Pull this thing close to me. Into a land that I had chosen for them, a land flowing with milk and honey, the most beautiful of all lands. I told them in verse 7, each each of you must get rid of the disgusting abominations you look at, and stop defiling yourselves with the idols of Matzah or with Egypt. I am Yahuwah Alua. Okay, y'all hear what he's telling his people, right? Y'all hear what he's telling his people. Then he says in verse 8, he says, however, they rebelled against me and refused to listen. They refused to listen. Look what he's saying. He says, none of them got rid of the disgusting abominations they loved to look at or gave up the idols of Matzar or Egypt. So I said, I will pour out my wrath on them and unleash my anger against them right there in the land of Matzah. When he sent Moshe at them and told Moshe what to do, these people still refused to turn. Yahuwah said, because this, I don't know if this recorded anywhere else, but he said, I want to kill them right here before I even bring them out. Y'all hearing about us? See, these are our folk. And apples don't fall too far from the tree. You want to run around here and brag about your bloodline and who you are, and you of Jacob and stuff. But look what your dad is saying about you from the very first beginning. Look what our dad is saying about us from the very first beginning. He says, my anger, I want to unleash my anger against them right there in the land of Egypt. Right there. Look at verse 9. He says, however, I acted for my name's sake, so my name would not be dishonored in the sight of the nations where they were living. We was living in Massah. He said, I did not destroy you because of your bloodline. I did not destroy you because you're so beautiful. I did not destroy you because you're Jacob's seed and you're the apple of my eye. I didn't destroy your tail because of my name's sake. Because of my name's sake. Let's see what he means by that. I reveal myself to them in full view of those nations which I promised to bring them out of Massah. In other words, I can't destroy them because these nations going to think that I ain't able to do it. And I'm going to keep my name sanctified among them. I'm bringing them out because of my name, not because of who you are. These nations heard me say, I'm going to get this people and I'm going to bring them out. And they know Egypt. They know Massah was a powerful nation. So it's going to take a powerful allure to bring these people out. And allure said, I didn't say it and they didn't heard it. So I'm going to still bring them out because they still got their idols. They still got their stiff-neckedness and their stubbornness. But I'm going to bring them out because I'm protecting my name. I'm protecting my name. And we run around here acting like we're so special today. And we are, because he loves us. But I'm telling you, Yahuwah will shake you off. He will shake you off. Are we hearing this? Let's look at verse 10. He says, then I brought them out of Massah and led them into the desert wilderness. He brought up, listen to me now. We came out of Egypt still with our idols. This is why he wanted to kill us in there. And you going to tell me we ain't some kind of people? Some of you don't even like this. What I'm pointing out to you, because we always want to be told what a wonder we are. Man, if we don't open up our eyes, like I always say, it's more to the awakening than what we think. You got to awaken to your bad behavior too. You got to awaken to your sin and what you have done. To blaspheme the Most High's name. You got to awaken to all of this. But we just want to awaken to, his wonderful name. We're Yahshua. We the bloodline. Ha, ha, praise. All praise to Yahuwah. All esteem to Yahuwah. And you're a mess. We are a mess. Go ahead, Shaquille.
Yeah, and this awakening, man, we gotta wait. We gotta wake the hell up. Cause it's a lot. It's a lot more to it than we know. And like we gotta. He don't like all these idols in our heart, right?
No,
We
he don't
gotta get
like
rid
them.
of these. We gotta get rid of these idols, man, because we are truth be told, yeah, we are filled with idols. You know what I'm saying? Like we got idols
We
all.
can't get rid of what we won't admit. We won't get rid of what we can't confess. Because we are something. We are a city set on a hill. We are some prideful folk, man. And Yahuwah is
Mm-hmm.
telling us that. He let us, because his name is so Kadash, he still brought us out of Egypt with our idols. He's protecting his own name. And you think he bringing you out because, I love Yasharel, and Yasharel is the apple. Yasharel is the sky for me. He brought you out because them other nations heard him say, I'm finna go get them folk. You hear me? He protecting his reputation as the allure. We got this thing all wrong. We got this thing all wrong. All right, now look at verse 11 right here. Look at verse 11. He says this. He says, I gave them my laws and taught them my ordinance. If a person follows them, they shall live and stay alive by them. Verse 12 says, I, meaning allure, I also gave them my Shabbats as a sign between me and them, so they would know that I, Yahuwah, am the one who sets them apart. Right? Verse 13 says, however, the house of Yasharel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They rebelled against me in the wilderness. They ignored, now after he done gave them all this, he said, they ignored my laws, rejected my right rulings that bring life when followed, and seriously violated my Shabbats. You got that? So I said I would unleash my wrath on them in the wilderness to destroy them. Do you hear what Allure is saying about us? But look at verse 14. I should have read verse 39 first, and they're gonna let you know what brought Allure to all of this kind of stuff, like I did before. But look what verse 14 says. After he said this here, I said I would unleash my wrath on them because they still won't act right. And we ain't acting right now. So quit trying to think that you're so good. Now the remnant is acting right, but the bulk of us, don't make me say what we are. But verse 14 says, however, I acted for the sake of my name, so my name would not be dishonored in the sight of the nations who saw me bring them out. There's a lot of nations saw me bring these hard-headed people out. And they are acting up, and Yahuwah saying, I want to kill them, but I can't because the nations saw me bring them out. And the nation's going to think that I am not the allure. He's still trying to show himself to the nations that he is the allure. He ain't no God. He ain't no Elohim. He ain't no fallen Melokim. He is the creator. He's the allure. So he said, I still got to bring these hard-headed folk out because I want these nations to know that I am Yahuwah. I am allure. And we are still acting up, and we think we're so special. But we are only saved. Why? Because allure trying to protect his own name. And we think it's us. Oh, he having mercy on us. He loves us and this, here, and that. And we still won't act right. Look at verse 15. Look at verse 15. He says, I also swore to them in the desert wilderness that I would not bring them into the land I had promised. Listen to what he said. I swore to them when they was in the desert wilderness that I won't even bring them into the land that I promised. So this lets you know that the promised land or the kingdom is totally different than the wilderness. These are two separate spaces. These are two separate spaces. Just because we've been gathered don't mean we going into the kingdom. Because these are two separate spaces. But look what he said, that I would not bring them into the land I had promised, a land flowing with milk and honey, and most beautiful of all lands. Verse 16 says, this was because They rejected my ordinance, refused to follow my statutes, and dishonored my Shabbats. Their hearts chased after their pagan idols. Even in the wilderness, in the desert wilderness, we cleave. Our people cleave to these things. Look what Yahuwah said in verse 17. He says, however, I had compassion on them then. I had compassion on them and did not destroy them completely in the wilderness. We know that he killed 20 and upward, 40 years, or 40-year spans. We know that, right? So this is what he means here. I did not destroy them completely. Still trying to have compassion. But guess what now? Even though he said that I did not destroy them completely, he wanted to. Because he told Moses, I'm gonna kill them all and I'm gonna start over with you. And Moses fell on his face and said, don't do that, because the nation's gonna think you weren't able to bring them in. The nation's gonna look at you as weak. The nation's gonna look at you as one of their gods, one of their idols, which do nothing. Their idols can't do nothing. Is anybody hearing me, what I'm saying right now? Okay. It says in verse 18, but he said in verse 17, I had compassion on them and did not destroy them completely in the wilderness. Verse 18 says, then I spoke to their children in the desert wilderness, what we just referred to, right? The ones that was left, 20 and under. Got me? He said, I spoke to their children in the desert wilderness, saying, do not follow the ways of your ancestors. Do not keep their ordinances, and do not make yourselves unclean with their pagans. He's telling their children now, don't do like your daddies did. Don't do like your mamas did. Don't do that. Then verse 19 says, I am Yahuwah, your allure. Follow my statutes, keep my ordinance, and live by them. Set my Shabbats apart, and let them be a sign between me and you, so you will know that I am Yahuwah, your allure. This is what he said. He says, and however, verse 21, however, they and their children rebelled against me. So you see how we have always been? And you're hooping and hollering now, talking about the gathering, and the gathering is near. You better know what you're in for. People, we got to be Kadash. We have to be Kadash. Are you following me? He said, however, they rebel against me. They refused to follow my statutes. They did not keep my ordinances. That brings life when obeyed, and they violated my Shabbats. So I said, I will pour out my wrath on them and finish accomplishing my anger in the desert wilderness. Look what Yahuwah said. I'm going to kill them. And we still running around here thinking we good. And many of us still have the same attitude. But anyway, in verse 22, he says, nevertheless, I held back my hand and acted for my sake, or for the sake of my name, so it would not be dishonored in front of the nations who saw me bring them out. Y'all hear him? Yeah. Help us be obedient. Clean up our hearts. Because a lot of us think our heart's clean when it is not. It is not. And I'm here in your face telling you it is not. You want to think so highly of yourself when the scripture have told us. Why do you think the scriptures even tell us that? Don't think so highly of yourself. Because he knew we would. Every other commandment he done gave us, we done broke it. He's trying to be a father to us. He's trying to be a father to us, right? Look at verse 23. He says, I also swore to them in the desert wilderness that I would scatter them among the nations and spread them out across the different lands. This is what we are living now. Yahuwah already told us this stuff in advance. He told our people all of this in advance. Are you hearing me? He said, I told them I was going to scatter them because he know us. He told Moses, he said, I know this people in Deuteronomy 7. I know this people. They are stubborn and stiff-necked people. So Yasharel, I'm not here to just pat you on the back and tell you to come on and we're Yasharel. No, I'm trying to show you how you're going to get into that kingdom. You're going to have to humble your damn self. Because we ain't got it, especially with us over here in the United States, man. I told you how we are. And y'all don't want to believe this about y'all. Y'all just want to continue to think y'all are a wonder and stay on these white folk and tell them what they are. Let me tell you something. We were created just like every other nation. We are just like any other nation. The other nations still kill, destroy. We still kill, destroy. The other nations worship idols and set up their totem pole. We worship idols and set up totem poles too. We ain't no different. The only thing that makes us different is that Yahuwah chose us to show himself to the other nations that he's the allure. And we're failing him. Shoot, come on now. You ain't got no gold in you. You ain't got none of that in you. This is what we need to wake up to. One thing that we don't like, and we have always proved that as a people of Yasharel, one thing that we don't like is the truth. Look how we done broke Yahuwah. He's naming everything, even when he came to get us out of Egypt. He's naming the stuff that we don't like, and that's the truth. We always broke it. I'm trying to help us to get through this wilderness that we're going through so that you can be permitted to go into the kingdom. Because some of you going to still take that hood attitude into the wilderness that we got now. Who he think he talking to? That one of them 144,000 that been given to teach you. Or one of them prophets there, one of them elder. Who you think he talking to like that? You still taking that crap in the wilderness the way you are now. And you know you're this way. Look at verse 24. He says, verse 23 again. Let me just read it just for context again. It says, I also swore to them in the desert wilderness that I would scatter them among the nations and spread them out across the different lands. This is what happened to us. He told us before it happened to us. And then in verse 24, he says, this happened because they ignored my ordinances. We're living the way that we're living, Isaac, because our people ignored his ordinances. He said this happened. It says, rejected my statutes and violated my Shabbats. Their eyes long for their pagan idols of their ancestors. And our eyes are still longing for it today. Still longing for it today. We're so into it now, Shaquille. We're so into it now till it's become normal, and so we don't even know that we're worshiping idols now, because it's so normalized in the land now, and where we are. Somebody said that we ourselves is an idol. True. Because you ain't going to take nothing nobody say. You're only listening to your own reasoning. You are your own Elohim, which is an idol. Shoot, that's right, Lucretia. We must learn from our ancestors' repeated behaviors. He's talking about, Yahuwah talking about generations and generations and generations what I've already read, and ain't nobody learned from nobody's mistake. Why? Why haven't we learned from any of our people's mistake? Say it. We're stubborn and we're stiff-necked, just like Yahuwah said. And we don't want to be told it with our tough, ear-mannered self. We don't want to be told this. We don't want to be told these things. But I'm telling you, you got somebody now that look in your face and tell you. Don't care if you boil like a volcano and erupt. At least you're going to know this truth.
Tell it like a TIE is.
Come on, Sister Trudy. Because I ain't scared of you, and I ain't trying to get none of your money. Not for me, myself. Still need you for that Nigerian project. That's what you got me? But to tell you what you want to hear, oh, you keep sending me your monies and your super chats and all that kind of stuff. The hell with your super chats and your money. I'm trying to get this truth to you so that you can get out of that wilderness in which you're going into the promised land, into those gates. So I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear.
Spoken like a true prophet.
I'm telling you, man, our people don't get it. We got all these generations before us to learn from, and we still ain't damn learned. Why? Because we are hard-headed, we are stiff-necked, and we are stubborn, just like our daddy said. Now, you can speak whatever you want to speak on yourself to make you look good, but I'm telling you, your mirror ain't showing right. Your mirror not showing right.
Reflecting.
Why do I do this? Because I love you. I love you. And I ain't sparing no rod. I'm not sparing the rod. I love you, Yasharel. Haven't we been through enough?
Right.
But we bring it on ourselves. We have brought all of this hell on ourselves. And we still won't admit it. We still won't admit it. It started from our forefathers. It started from them, their wickedness, and it's still with us today. And we won't admit it. But these white folk, and they this here and that. Huh? We are this here and that. We are. But you want me to speak nice of you? Why? Because you are the royal bloodline. Well, the royal bloodline that we know about eat humans. That's a total different story. Let me keep it right here right quick. So there ain't no count either. He drank blood. Now, he said in verse 24, this happened because they ignored my ordinance, rejected my statutes, and violated my Shabbat. Their eyes longed for their pagan idols of their ancestors. Look at verse 25. So I allowed them to follow. Look at Yahuwah, what he's saying. So I allowed them to follow pagan statutes that were not good, and ordinances that would not bring them life. I allowed them to become defiled because by their own pagan sacrifices when they sacrifice all their firstborn. Look at us. He ain't talking about no other nations did this. They do that, but we do it too. This is why I'm telling you ain't no different than them. But Yahuwah trying to show himself to the other nations that he is a lure through us. That's why he chose us. He didn't choose you because you were so pretty and fine. And your hair laid to the side and looking all good, and your long snuffleupagus eyelashes and stuff. He didn't choose you because of that. He didn't choose you for that. He chose you and gave you his statutes, his commandments, and his laws so he can let these other nations know, I'm the creator through you. Through you. We ought to honor the choosing. We ought to honor the choosing. All right, let me finish it right here. He says that again, verse 26. I allowed them to become defiled by their own pagan sacrifices when they sacrificed all their firstborns. That made them guilty. Then they would know that I am Yahuwah. Listen, then they would know. All right, verse 27 says, so speak to the house of Yasharel, human one, or Ezekiel, and tell them, this is what the Master Yahuwah says. Your fathers also blasphemed me by being unfaithful to me. Are you hearing me? Now you getting it why, now you understanding why Yahuwah wasn't willing to hear these elders. In the first chapter, in the first verses of chapter 20, will I at all be inquired of by you, and you carry your idols, and you still gonna come in my face? Are y'all following me? Now, look at this right here. It is, and I made this side note, which I told to the group the other day too. It is an abomination to seek Yahuwah when you are unfaithful, and you know you're unfaithful. Some of us know it, Sister Trudy, that we are unfaithful, but we coming to seek him. Oh, Father, I put all before you in the name of Yahuwah, in the name of Yahusha. I love you so much, and I ask you to leave me. And you know you are unfaithful. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's so true, Pastor. We won't even take time out with him.
No.
We
You
won't
know.
take time to learn of him. We won't take time to learn his laws that, statutes that apply to us.
Yeah, man.
We'll be doing everything else and give him a quick, oh God, Yahuwah, thank you for this day.
Yeah, man.
Like when we don't care.
The only thing that
Oh,
I'm
just thank you
saying
for this
is,
day. Give me help me get this blessing. Help me get this car.
yeah, man.
Help me get this
We
job.
inquiring
And
of
that's
him.
all we asking for.
Yeah, and that's it. We keep coming to him
That's
like
the
we
deed.
are faithful. Yahuwah says that's blasphemous to me. That's
Yes.
blasphemous to me when you know you're unfaithful. It's just like y'all just want us to keep telling y'all pretty when y'all ugly as hell. You can't tell a ugly person that they are pretty. You lying.
Who passed it, Phil?
No, I'm serious. We're the nicest lying people that is, but we think that's all right with Yahuwah. He made me think about, I seen a clip one time, and this girl was showing her baby. And y'all probably went over one of them clips, and that baby was ugly. And that woman looked at that baby. She said, she pulled the cover back. That was the ugliest baby I ever seen in my life. But they'll go in and tell them, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
You got people out there that love the truth rather
I
than the
that light
lie.
skin baby. I see that baby.
You said what?
That's crazy.
That's crazy, Shaquille. Shaquille said that's crazy. But that's what we do. That's what we do. We care more about how people feel than what we do, Yahuwah.
We gotta give a damn about how people feel because
Come on, man.
we gotta take on the nature as our father. He presents the truth, whether how you feel about it.
Hey, Patricia say, I say nice personality.
That's the lie because you don't even know if that baby have personality.
Man, y'all know good well. Y'all know good well. That's some ugly babies. Some of our folk have some ugly babies. But when them jokers grow up, they beautiful. So I'd rather have an ugly baby now and have a beautiful son or daughter a little later. You know what I mean? Because them beautiful ones, I done seen it and I'm speaking the truth. The beautiful baby, ooh, that baby's so beautiful. That joker look like a hog now.
Just look like a hog on the farm, huh?
And I'm not just talking about no weight now. I ain't talking about no weight. I'm talking about look like a hog.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness.
But was so beautiful when they was a baby. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. And you go back and see them 15, 16 years later. Is that baby? That ain't look like that baby. That baby look like she been dredging. Come on, let me stop. I'm just cutting up with y'all now. Y'all, I don't care how y'all feel about me.
Hey, Lucretia, where are you? Hey,
what Lucretia said? What? Baby girl said, "No, Pastor. No, Pastor." I'm just, man, I'm just having.
I should have a cereal pack when we done. My stomach hurt.
I'm just having a little fun this morning. But hey, if you're ugly, you're ugly. If you're cute, you're cute. If you're pretty, you're pretty. You know? Now the only reason I say that but I can't even take that no more because we lie so much. Only reason I say that I'm handsome is because some of y'all done said I'm handsome, but y'all are liars. So I'm gonna have to research this thing about myself.
no, that's
Woo, woo, yo, let me stop. I'm getting hot. You know, it's warming up here anyway. Because we lie so much, you know. Yeah. We lie so much. We are lying people, man. Well, not all of us, because some of us are part of that remnant. That remnant gonna shine and be true every time. Are y'all
We need to
following
come
me?
out of that.
Come out of what? That lying mode.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to rip. We're gonna have to strip
Before you,
ourselves inside
before
out,
you
bro.
would.
What y'all women? What y'all two still laughing at? We trying to move on. Y'all still.
Laughing for
What you
My
laughing for?
stomach
What you laughing for? Lucretia, what you laughing for? What you laughing for?
is here.
What you laughing for?
Feeling like a hog.
Y'all stop. I'm going on.
Like,
I didn't mean
like
to
they
say
need
that.
for fly.
Father, forgive me for all that. But I speak the truth. You know, I speak the
Look
truth.
like Pumbaa. Now
Yeah,
playing.
man. Yeah. Yeah. And see,
looks like who?
Kumba.
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
You know what I mean? From Lion King.
Pumbaa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or Scar. All right, we're gonna move on, y'all. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Now look at verse 28. We didn't have enough fun. Look at verse 28. Look at verse 28. I'm just trying to prepare us. That's all. Bring us out of these la lands that we're in. Bring us out of these days that we're in, and help us to be truthful. It is impossible to be truthful with someone when you ain't even truthful with yourself yet. Are y'all following me? But look at verse 28. He says, "When I brought them into the land I had swore to give them, they saw every high hill and thick tree. They offered their pagan sacrifices there, presented pagan offerings. They provoked me, or that provoked me, burned incense for their pleasure, and poured out their pagan drink offerings." Yahuwah said, when I brought them into the land, here they already looking for hills and trees that they can go and worship. He said, when I brought them in there, they look for every high hill, every tree. We are prone to this stuff. So do you now see why it's only going to be a remnant? Because the majority of our people are like this. Still. But those false Elohims now just comes in different forms. I know y'all gonna come to the place where y'all don't like me, but I don't care. I mean, I don't. I don't, because I'm only called to different ones anyway. Well, you had your hand up, Isaac.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You
D.
see how quick you see how quick we just, threw Yahuwah to the side.
Yeah, man. How
You know,
quick? Exactly. That's my point that I'm
you see
making.
how quick,
Soon as he brought
you
us
know what I'm
into the
saying?
promised land, I'm looking for a hill where I can go set up my
You
totem
know,
pole. Where I
that
can
that
go.
that that that
Yeah, man.
that right there, that just tells us that, man, we can just do whatever, whenever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever we want. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on.
Without reaping the repercussion.
Without.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you,
And
man.
and I thought about this way before.
We can hardly see you,
I was
Isaac. We can
coming.
hardly see you on camera, Isaac. We can hardly see you
You
now. Now we can.
know, I was thinking about this before. Coming, you know, coming to the Zoom. I was like, wow, we're, we live, like we're so quick to like worship these other deities,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing that we already have Yahuwah that who who loves us. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I was like, man, this is this is what I'm talking about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, ever since I came to the truth, Yahuwah's truth, you know, we need to get cleaned out of our idols.
Come on. Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying?
Come on. Come on. Because
And
it's in us.
this is for me too.
Yeah.
This is with me too. Like I want to get cleaned out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm no longer don't want to be attached to this world. That this,
Yeah.
because this world gave us a lie, you know,
Yeah.
and this right here just tells us that, man, we're just like so quick to let go, let go of Yahuwah. You know
Of
what I'm saying?
course. Of
And that's
course.
why Yahuwah, that's why Yahuwah is mad. He's mad at the fact that we turned our
Come on.
we turned our backs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We turn our back, against Yahuwah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna keep on doing it because of we won't look at what's in us. He keep telling us what's in us, but we ignoring that. We ignoring that. We need to get on our faces and ask the Father. I mean, and not even get up until he get rid of this way in us that craves for idols other than Him. We need deliverance as bad as a hog needs slop, but we won't acknowledge that. We go. Let me get Sister Trudy. Then I come to you, Sue Yahoo. Go ahead, Sister Trudy.
We all we love to say he knows my heart. Well, ask the
Yes,
Ruach HaKodesh to circumcise your heart
circumcise.
from the cares of this world, all that fatty, the sin, all of that stuff that surround our heart of the love of this
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
He knows your heart. He definitely knows. He knows it. So be careful when you say that.
yeah.
Because he definitely knows it.
And we
And
can't.
our hearts need to be, we need to, like how you take the fat off of a steak, or, off of the goat, or off the, that's how we need to ask the Ruach HaKodesh to just take our, and just cleanse us, just
Yeah,
take off the extra,
yeah.
because it's too, we're just too, oh,
Oh,
we too
I
much.
feel you. I mean, I get you. But you know what though? Many of us can't even take what I'm saying about us today. But you think you're gonna take that wilderness? Because I'm gonna show you how this wilderness is gonna be in a minute. I'm gonna show you how this wilderness is gonna be. You can't even take what I'm saying about us, and you know it's the truth, and then prove it to you in scripture, and back it all the way up to when we were formed in Egypt, and we've been this way out, and you can't even take me telling you that, saying you that, and you think you're gonna take the wilderness? Hell no, you ain't going through no wilderness. You just got that Peter mentality where he said, I die with you. Oh, Yahusha, I'll die with you. And Yahusha told her, man, the cock won't be them crow three times, twice before you being denied me three times.
And cuss the little girl out.
Yeah. I
The one that
told you.
cussed the dog out and all.
I done told you I don't know that man. I don't know that man. And here's a disciple that loved him. You see how our love will turn? Y'all mouth don't mean nothing. I'm telling you, man. We got to have a heart change. A heart
Yes, sir.
change. And you don't want to be told it. But you going to think you going to go to the wilderness and this and that. You ain't going to make it in that wilderness. Go ahead, Sue Yahoo. I see your finger.
I was saying that part. That's exactly what I wanted to say. The bottom line is we don't want to be told. That's
We don't
why
want to be
our
told.
ancestors followed the ways of the heathens, because they knew that idols cannot do anything for them.
None of
But
it.
the fact is, they don't want to be told by Yahuwah. That's why wow, we are also today.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do what we will.
Yeah.
Like the saying of the Satanists, do what thou wilt. That is what we want to do. We
Yeah.
don't want Yahuwah to tell us.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, man. We don't
We
want
need
it. We just don't want it. And people will run from you when you telling the truth. Why? Because you ain't telling it like they would tell it. You get your little group up and tell your truth your little nice way. You rub it and nice. That ain't the way I tell it. Because I want you to feel it. You hear me what I'm saying? I want you to feel it. But if I just tell it, oh, you're so nice and this and that, you might not feel it. Some of us are tougher than tough. So I ain't got no business trying to just rub you down in the middle of your back. You ain't gonna feel that. That's what. So in many of our cases, some of you might fall off, but in many of our cases, I be trying to keep it gangster. You got to keep it gangster because a lot of us gangster.
not
Keep
Ice
it
Cube.
gangster, y'all. Keep it gangster. You got to keep it.
Hey,
I don't even know how to do that, Sister Truth. I don't even know how to do that. Go ahead,
Gotta
Shaquille,
twist
and
the
then I'm gonna
fingers.
continue to read. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. We gotta
Yeah.
be on front line for Yahuwah, and
Mm-hmm.
we gotta we gotta have him to literally snatch our heart out. and
Yes, man.
look at that thing and
Yeah.
fix it. Blow it on or fix it, factory reset or something.
Mm-hmm.
Cause man, we in all type of freaking type of damage, man. We're gonna have all this shit done to us.
Yeah.
And we need to have like Yahuwah to give us a new mind and a new ruach. And we gotta get rid of these idols, man, because we keep paying heed to these idols, he gonna destroy us. And we gotta wake up and realize that Yahuwah, he means what the heck he says, man.
Yeah.
And he's that Kodesh.
And
And we
that's
gotta
what
acknowledge him
and
for
that's
real.
what and that's what got to happen. And even in that, we'll keep on saying we got to, but never do.
We're gonna do
We
it.
never do. We got to. Don't you know that there are some of us, we're so messed up in our thinking, as long as you want to them, as long as you want to do right, but you never do right now. But as long as you got to want to, they think they all right with Yahuwah. That's how deception work among
Mm.
us. As long as I want to do
That's
right, I want to, but you never do. But you're sailing off the fact that you want to do right, and you think that
you
Yahuwah is all right, that you want to do right, but you never make the step to do right.
that's what Shaul even said
Man, I'm telling you,
when he had a thorn in his flesh.
yeah, I'm telling you, people of Yahuwah, I'm telling you, we gonna have to seek Him like never before and lay this crap before Him. Lay this crap before Him for real. Now you can't fake when you're by yourself. You can fake when you with a bunch of us and everything. But when you by yourself in your own closet, what you gonna fake for? Ain't nobody there, ain't no lights, action, and cameras there. So
Mm.
maybe that's where you're
Mhm.
gonna have to get real at. But when we are like this here among the many, oh, I love him and I just want him. And oh no. Get in your
You gotta get
closet.
naked for before him.
Get in your closet. And you ain't gonna get naked around no anybody. So you get naked when you by yourself. So when you with Yahuwah and you lay it all out, you get naked before him. I'm telling us how to do this thing. Cry out to him. But
For some of us,
if we realize though the trouble that we're in for real, we will cry out to him. Go ahead, Sue Yahu, and then I get you Isaac.
for some of, but some of us can't even or don't even wanna be real with Jehovah.
Yeah,
I don't know why anyway.
yeah, man. I'm
We
telling
don't
you,
want to be honest and be naked in front of him,
yeah.
even though he sees everything.
Yeah, and we think we know everything. That's saying that Paul knew what he was saying when he was telling them Corinthians, and he said there's things that I can't even share with you that I want to share. I'm paraphrasing because you ain't able to take it. You ain't able to take it. Y'all know what's in scripture. That's some stuff that I like to share, but we ain't even able because you can't take it because you're still babies, but you acting like you the chief.
Yeah, like growing.
Babies, and I know you're babies because I can discern that you're babies. I'm telling you, man, you can't take it. You cannot take it. So you only have to share with them that is able to eat meat. Because y'all will just go plumb wild, crazy. Isaac, I thought I seen your hand, and I'm going to continue to read because I really want to get down to something to show us what it going to be like and why it got to be like this in this wilderness that he's leading us to.
Yeah, you can't fake the funk with Yahuwah. You know what
Can't
I'm
fake
saying?
it.
You
Can't
can't
fake it.
hide nothing from him.
No.
He can tell. If
Yeah.
you're faking or not. You know
But
what I'm
you know
saying?
what,
Yeah.
though?
People.
But we're so messed up, though, Isaac. We think we can.
Yeah.
Because we're messed
Just like
up.
these JC believers.
Yeah, man.
Just like these JC and God believers. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they think they're doing something
They
or
think they're
saying
doing something.
something.
They think it.
You know what I'm saying? But
I
they're
get
really
you.
not. You know what I'm saying?
They're really not. And that's it,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Father, help us. Acknowledging, not putting the work in. Okay. All right, now look, let's go to 29. Excuse me. Let's go to verse 29. It says, so I asked them, what is this pagan high place that you keep going to? Now, this is when he first brought them into the land. They headed straight for the high mountain because they got to worship something else other than Yahuwah. So Yahuwah said, so I asked them, what is this pagan high place that you keep going to? That you keep going to? You know? It says, so the name of that place has been called Bama or Bama. Bama, meaning high place. Up to the time this is being written, it's still called that, wherever it's at. But anyway, verse 30 says, so speak to the house of Yasharel and say, this is what Master Yahuwah says. Are you making yourselves unclean by walking in your ancestors' ways? Are you still chasing after their filthy abominations? Are you still chasing after them? Verse 31 says, by offering your pagan gifts and making your children pass through the fire, you have made yourself unclean with all your pagan idols, even to this day. Should I really let you seek me? Listen at Yahuwah. He says, should I really let you seek me, O house of Yasharal? As surely as I live, says Master Yahuwah, I shall not let you seek me. That's the reason why I say it is an abomination to seek Yahuwah and know that you're unfaithful. Yahuwah says, I'm not even going to let you seek me. I'm not even going to let you seek me. If you open your mouth up, my ears closed. We don't know. A lot of us think that we are okay when we are not. We are not. You know why we are not and we'll never get okay? Because we have heaped because of the way that we are, many of us. I'm not talking about all of us. And if this ain't you, what I'm talking about, so I'm not talking about you. I need to say that. Because if it ain't you, then you'll still get like some of the other ones and get mad and run on. If this ain't you, what I'm talking about, what I'm describing here, then I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about our hard-head folk. Our stiff-necked folk. I see your hand, Trudy. Go ahead.
Being unfaithful to Yahuwah, when I was looking it up, is a spiritual adultery.
Spiritual adultery, exactly.
And we abandon the covenant relationship to pursue the idol, disobedient and self-serving ways.
Man. Yes, that's how we are. We won't acknowledge it though. And y'all know we got some ways. You know we got them. Now, look what he said here again now. He said that I will not let you seek me. The only thing that Yahuwah is ears are wide open unto us if we come with a broken and a contrite heart about what we've been doing, how we've been acting, how we've been behaving, what we've been taking part in. He's looking for a broken and a contrite heart. But if you don't think you've done nothing, you can't repent for real. There's no true repentance there if you don't think you have done anything. And I've told you before, we can see in at least 3 ways: our actions, and our thoughts. Our ways, our actions, and our thoughts. But most of us ain't want to hear nothing about us. Mr. Big Stuff. We Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are? Mr. Big Stuff. What the other part of that song goes, Shaquille?
You're never gonna get Yahuwah's love.
You're never gonna get my love, Mr. Big Stuff.
Tell
Who
me,
do you
tell
think
me.
you are? You're never gonna get my love. You're never gonna get Yahuwah's love like that.
If you keep serving them carving images.
Yeah. And come on, boy.
Mr. Pekka. Who do you
Go,
think you're
Shaquille.
serving?
Yeah, man.
Mr. Pagan.
And all of us
You're
got them.
never gonna get our Father's
Ah,
love
And
if
all
you
of us
keep
got them.
serving them.
Come on, boy.
Pagan images. Mr. Pagan.
Hey, you need to
You're
run that
never
through
gonna get
AI.
our
And you run that song there through AI. I believe run it through AI, Shaquille. I believe it'll come on with something in, boy. Shoot, man. And that's the way we are. And
All right, and that's Shaquille.
look here. I keep having to say what I'm saying, don't I? Huh? Have y'all counted up all the time where Yahuwah kept having to say what he said and we still wouldn't change?
Over and over again.
And we're still doing this today. I'm still doing this today. You see? Folk leave
yeah.
the assembly
Messed
and
up,
still
man.
leave. But I'm to the place. I'm made. I don't give a damn. Because truth coming
I
out
don't
here.
even.
Y'all don't believe me when I tell you this here. Folks still ain't made. Folks still leave truth. I don't care no more. Oh, do I supposed to?
No, we don't.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You've been putting this stuff out this long, and folks. Let's go to verse
They
32. Let's go
you
to verse.
got people.
Go ahead, Shaquille.
You got people out there that choose to be this way. They got people out there that choose to be deceived. You got people that choose to rather believe the truth, that choose to believe the lie rather than the truth. You got people out there that love the lie rather than the truth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you. And and this stuff is hard
So
sayings.
true.
Just like Yahusha said, Peter said, this stuff is hard sayings. A hard saying. But he can do it, let him do it. He that can't, he can't. Are y'all following me? All right, now look, let me because I want to get done. We ain't gonna do all 49 verses, but I'm gonna stop at somewhere in verse 30 or whatever, 40. I don't know. But listen, verse 32 says, what you have in mind shall never happen. You know what Yahusha is talking about? Yahuwah talking about right here, don't you? Because he said, I won't let you seek me in these other verses. He said, what you have in mind will never happen. The idea that you actually want to be like the other nations, like the families of the earth who serve pagan idols of wood and stone. Now, what is Yahuwah talking about? This will never happen what you want to happen. You ain't going to get me and have them idols too. I'm not going to let you seek me. I'm not going to let you serve me, and you still going to carry your idols too. I'm not going for that anymore. So this is what compelling him to do what he got to do to us in this wilderness that y'all think is going to be all right and this, here, and that. We done pushed our allure so far. We done pushed him so far. So look what he says right here in verse 33. He says, as surely as I live, says Master Yahuwah. Because we still want these wood and stones now. You got me? He says, as surely as I live, says Master Yahuwah, I shall rule over you with a strong hand and outstretched arm and overflowing wrath. This in the wilderness. Are y'all getting this? This is what we done pushed them to. This is what our people, our generation have pushed Yahuwah to. But we're still Baruch that he's still willing to rule over us, even this wrath will straighten us out. And that wrath going to straighten us out because that's the ones, that's going to be the remnant. That's the one that's going to be on the small, on the straight and narrow. That's the one that's going to be on that straight and narrow way. That's going to be the remnant. That's going to be the one, those going to be the ones that gather. Not everybody. So this is what we done pushed them to. I shall rule over you with a strong hand and outstretched arm and overflowing wrath. Also, I shall bring you out from the nations and gather you from the countries where you were scattered, using a strong hand and an outstretched arm and overflowing wrath. Now, he might be talking this here concerning us and them nations that they're going to have to let us go, turn us away. But this is how he got to rule over us. Because we're so stiff-necked. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Because he got to be talking about us because he said in verse 34, he already told you in verse 33, as surely as I live, says Master Yahuwah, I will rule over you with a strong hand and outstretched arm and overflowing wrath. And then he say, also, I shall bring you out from the nations and gather you from the countries where you were scattered, using a strong hand and outstretched arm and overflowing wrath. He got to do this for us. There's gonna be some of us might just gonna have to be taken by force. But you ain't gonna be forced to go into the kingdom now. You're not gonna be forced to go into the kingdom. Look what in verse 35 he says, I shall bring you into the desert wilderness. You're going to have to be forced, some of us, to go into the desert. I don't know. But I shall bring you into the desert wilderness among the nations, and there I shall judge you face to face. He talking about Yahshua out here with our hard-headed self. And we think we got it made. We ain't got it made yet. I'm sorry if your little old teacher's been telling you that. I even heard one guy even preaching, talking about the wilderness is plush and it's beautiful and all. This is a
Yeah,
place to
that's
make
right.
your tail. This is a place to make your tail. Shoot, I think my house, I might
Mm-hmm.
well stay here. My house, beautiful. I'm comfortable here. I might well stay here. I'm sure some of y'all got some places probably like that too. You hear me what I'm saying? And I heard him teaching that. Oh, it's a beautiful, plush, lush place. This ain't talking about the wilderness where like when you came out of Egypt. Really? Hard-headed we are? You mean to tell me Yahuwah gonna bring our hard-headed, stiff-necked, stubborn self into a more comfortable place where we can continue to practice our spoilness, our continue where we can continue to practice our spoilness, our stiff-neckedness? You mean to tell me he gonna do that? Man, we'll say anything, and we are the kind of people that'll believe anything. Only thing he said to that concerning that wilderness, you're gonna be fed there.
Hey, can I read 36?
Well, let me read it. I'm gonna get down to all of it. Let me read it all, because
All
I'm
right.
putting my
All
emphasis.
right.
I'm putting emphasis on this stuff here. You know, I'm putting emphasis on it. I want us to see this stuff. I'm gonna get to it. But y'all see that, right? But verse 34 says, also I will bring you out from the nations and gather you from the countries where you were scattered. This talking about this time with a strong arm, using a strong hand and outstretched arm and overflowing wrath. Overflowing wrath? Yahuwah is
Oh
upset here.
man.
Y'all can't see
Mm-hmm.
that? Yahuwah is upset here. We've been acting this way ever since he brought us out of Egypt. Ever since he brought us out of Egypt. Are y'all following me? Look at verse 35. He said, I shall bring you into the desert wilderness among the nations, and there I shall judge you face to face. Verse 36. Just as I judge your fathers in the desert wilderness of the land of Matzah, so I shall judge you, says Master Yahuwah. You know what this is saying right here? You remember when he said, just as I judge your father? He telling you right there, I'm going to have to kill a lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
See, we reading that, but we ain't getting no understanding of it. We just reading it. He had to judge our fathers. He said, I'm going to judge you the same way that I judged your fathers when they was out in the wilderness. What was that judgment? 40 years out there. You know, and dying, dropping like flies because they so damn hard-headed. This is us today. He's telling you right here in verse 26, verse 25, and verse 36. Verse 35 and verse 36. I shall bring you into the desert wilderness among the nations, and there I shall judge you face to face, just as I judge your fathers in the desert wilderness of the land of Matzah. So I shall judge you, says Master Yahuwah. He's telling you that I'm gonna kill a lot of you because I know how you're gonna be. He's telling us right here. Can y'all not see that? If y'all can see that, give me a one in the chat. If you can see this here, you know how he judged our fathers out there. A lot of them didn't
That's
make it
good.
in.
So this,
20
so
years
this
and
is
upward
talking
didn't make
about.
it. Go ahead.
So this is talking about. You know what I'm saying? These people that's worshiping the pagan religion today, not the remnant, because the remnant is
This ain't talking
already
about the remnant.
we're already
But
yeah,
but I'm
you
gonna
know
tell you this
but
here.
the
Even though Yahuwah knew who the remnant is, how many of the remnant consist of, I tell you like that.
yeah,
The wilderness is gonna determine it, who the remnant is, or how many the remnant is. The wilderness is gonna determine the number of the remnant. If you understand me what I'm saying. Of
yeah,
course, Yahuwah knows everything, but the wilderness is going to determine the number of the straight and narrow, or the remnant. The wilderness experience is, and Yahuwah is already telling us
yeah.
in these verses here, I'm gonna judge you just like I judge your fathers in the wilderness of Matzah. So I shall judge you, says Yahuwah. He letting you know I'm gonna have to kill a lot of you. Because we ain't ready to change. We ain't ready to
So
change, and
this
we will
goes.
not change.
So this goes back to he's looking at Yasharal's heart
Come
to
on,
see if
Isaac. Now
it's,
you got
you
it.
know what I'm saying?
Now you got it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. And he done went all the way back to Egypt and then showed us who we are and what we are not going to do. And that is obey him. He
Mm-hmm.
showed us all this right here. So that's the reason I told you I should have read verse 39 first. Let me go down to verse 37. Let me just read on down to that. He says, I shall make you pass under the measuring rod and bring you into the covenant agreement. I'm going to make you pass under. I'm going to make you pass under the measuring rod. He's looking for flaws. You ain't obeyed while you was in this wilderness. You ain't obeyed my teachers. You ain't obeyed these elders. You ain't obeyed these 144,000 that's going to be teaching you and all this kind of stuff, because it's going to be, we ain't obeyed. He says, so I'm going to bring you on this measuring rod. And then in verse 38, he says, I shall remove the rebels. Are y'all hearing this? See, I used to think that measuring rod was just for counting the sheep, but that measuring rod is carefully looking as these sheep pass under, is carefully looking for blemishes too. Blemishes in the form of hard-headedness. Blemishes in the form of stiff-neckedness. Blemishes in the form of stubbornness. You hear me what I'm saying? Blemishes in the form of pride, of arrogance. Blemishes. And so he says right here, I shall remove them rebels and those who sin against me, though I bring them out from where they are living among these scattered folk in these lands of our captivity. He said, though I bring them out from where they are living, they shall not enter the land of Yasharel. The wilderness and the land is two different places. I brought you out of the lands of your captivity into the wilderness. So though I bring you out from where you living into the wilderness, you still ain't gonna enter the kingdom, the land of Yasharel. Go ahead, Su Yahoo.
So this actually answers the question that I had earlier on.
Before we went live.
Because like you explained now, Brother Isaac, and you, Pastor.
You talking about before we went live,
yes,
right?
Before we went live. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you. What did you say?
Yeah. So because if it's not talking about the remnant, if it's not talking about the remnant here, because like you and Brother Isaac just said it now, Yahuwah knows who the remnant people are, right? So obviously the remnant is going to make it. But here it specifies that even though I brought you out of your captivity, the land of your captivity, it doesn't mean you're going to make it into the land. So he's not specifically talking about the remnant. He's speaking about the whole house of Yasharah.
Got you. Exactly. I got you. That's right. That's what we were talking about before we went live. Yeah, I got you. Let me read that again just for y'all to hear this right here. Thank y'all for the ones too. Let me read this here again to you, because we need to understand this when we read these things. Because we're just so proud and we hopping about like Easter bunnies. Oh, I'm going to the wilderness. I'm Yasharel. His name is Yahusha. I'm in the bloodline. We just hopping about. And not realizing if you don't change your heart, you just gonna hop right into a big rabbit trap where your days will be done in this wilderness. I'm telling you. I can't say it nicely. If y'all want me to say it nicely, you got to go get Reverend Pope John, Dr. Hope, somebody. You hear me what I'm saying? I'm just me.
No.
What?
We love it just like that. We love you saying it just like that.
Hey, man,
Prophet, continue.
It's just the way
how it is.
It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So let me read it again.
It's just the way it is.
He said in verse, yeah, that song. I remember that. I used to love that song, man. Well, who was that? Huey Newton, wasn't it?
Nah, that's Tupac.
That wasn't no Tupac. Was it
Things will
Tupac?
never be the same.
Oh, I'm thinking about
That's just
the
the way
old
it
song
is.
that would come out in the 80s. So I don't know about Tupac's song. That's the way
Things will
that
never be the same.
never.
Oh yeah.
That's Tupac. That's what y'all saying. Never heard it a day in my
Yeah,
life. I'm
but
thinking he talking about that old Huey P. Newton song. That's just the way it
I
I see
think
is.
no
that's where
changes.
Tupac
All
came.
I see is racist faces.
Say again. Say
I think
again.
that's where Tupac got that song from.
Oh, Tupac rewrote it. I never heard it from Tupac. So
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all how old I am now, but man, I used to love that song.
but yeah, I know I know the original song that you're talking about. I
Yeah,
know that one
that
too.
was Huey P. Newton. I think that's
Yeah,
who it was. I could be wrong. But hey, let's get back in this wilderness stuff before our folk get cold. I want to keep this fire on your feet for a minute. I want to keep this
40,
fire on your
we in
feet.
42.
Now I'm going back to verse 37. I'm going back to verse 37. He says, I shall make you pass under the measuring rod and bring you into the covenant agreement. I shall remove the rebels who those who sin against me. Though I bring them out from where they are living, they are out of these captivity lands, they shall not enter the land of Yasharel. Then you're going to know, he said, then you're going to know that I am Yahuwah when you don't enter that land. Then you're going to know. You're going to die in this wilderness.
That is deep.
Come on.
That is deep.
Yeah. You ain't knowed all the other times. I've been trying to get you and stop you worshiping these idols and all this kind of stuff. You ain't knowed all these other times. You know, some of our idols is just partying. Some of our idols is just foolishness. We worship all this type stuff. Just foolishness. Can't tell you nothing. You got your own mind. Some of our idols is just, shopping. Woo. We got some stuff today that y'all don't even consider idols.
that's just like saying, that's just like Yahusha saying, "Away from
What's
me,
wrong with my camera?
I never knew you."
There we go. There we go.
You
Okay,
know what I'm
there
saying?
we go.
Woo,
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
fear
Yahusha
that
said,
word.
Come on.
Woo.
You know what I'm
Why
saying?
is my camera moving like
Yahuwah, Yahuwah is saying the same thing, but in a different way than what Yahusha is saying.
this? Exactly, bro. Exactly, Isaac. You see it. You see it. Do we see it, family? Do we see it? But seriously though, I think that y'all want Jack and the Beanstalk to tell y'all this, because they gon' them nursery rhymes and all that. They tell you this stuff nice, you know. I think y'all that's what y'all want. You know, Yahuwah, when he was talking to them on Mount Sinai with all them lightnings and thunderings and all that kind of stuff, and they told Moses, you talk to us. We don't want to. They ain't no Moses with Meek. And Meek is of all his house. They didn't want to hear Yahuwah. Oh, you talk to us. We don't want to hear him. We don't want to hear him. You talk to us. So that's the way some of us are. That's the way some
He
of us
said,
are.
tell us.
We don't
He
want to hear.
said,
We don't want to hear Donnell. We don't want to hear him. Oh no. Shakira. Oh Shakira, you talk to us.
tell us sweet things.
Yeah, sweet things. Come on. Oh, okay. Trudy's trying to come back here. Let me admit her. Man, I'm telling you. But do we get this here? All right, look, verse 38. Verse 38 again. I shall remove the rebels and those who sin against me. Though I bring them out from where they are living, they shall not enter the land of Yasharel. Then you shall know that I am Yahuwah. You ain't gonna enter that land. You in that wilderness, you've been gathered. Oh, that's all we've been waiting on is the gathering. Yeah, I'm waiting on the gathering too. But I'm also preparing for the wilderness while I'm here. I got to discipline myself while I'm here. If I don't like what Isaac just said, what Isaac just said is true. So, oh, Father, I'm taking that to Father, I don't like what he said. And I know that's the truth, but I know it's wrong for me to reject the truth. Oh, Father, give me a heart. Give me a new heart. Give me a heart. Take this heart of stone out of me and give me a heart of flesh. So it could be a heart where you can maneuver, oh Father, and make it into what you want it to be. Oh Father, I am this over here. I'm act like that. I don't like no truth, but help me, Father. Help me. Some of us think, like I was talking about yesterday, some of us think that we going into the promised land and got grudges against brothers and sisters. You ain't going nowhere.
I feel like convicted,
When Yahuwah done told you, he that hated his brother without a cause. Now, I guess it's in there like that. They didn't change everything else, so I'm just stating just like it is. If you hate your brother without a cause, you're the same as a murderer. But we'll just carry it and don't even care. Some of us are uppity for what? And all this crap we got is going to perish with the using. We think just because we got a lot, Brother Isaac, we can be uppity toward our brothers and sisters. I don't play that. I just don't play that. That's right, Lucretia. Purify our hearts, Father. Purify. Because we ain't nothing. And I'm here telling you ain't nothing. Why can I tell you that you ain't nothing? Because our forefathers, Jacob said he wasn't nothing. He said, I'm a worm. And you want a worm, and I'm paraphrasing, you want a worm like me? While everybody else saying, look at me. Look at me. Jacob said, I'm a worm. He's talking about humility.
And we are saying,
huh?
And today we are calling ourselves gods.
Yes, man. Yes. We got the audacity to say that today. Folk, I'm trying to help us and let us know what the wilderness is gonna be about. Our Father is gathering us with an attitude.
He ain't playing.
Why has he got an attitude? Look how we have been. Have y'all heard what I've been reading? Look how we have been. He's gathering us with an attitude. He says, I'm going to rule over you with wrath. I'm going to bring you out from the people where you have been, and I'm going to pass you through the rod. I'm going to pass you under the rod, man. And we think that we got it made. We ain't got it made yet. You tired of Egypt, huh? Oh, so tired of Egypt? You tired of Egypt, huh? Wait till you get in this wilderness and you still maintain that attitude that you got.
That's why I always say, that's why I always say it's gonna be a joyful day for us, but also a sad day.
Come on.
For us as well, because we're gonna see our loved ones not going. You know what I'm saying? Not going in.
Father.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
Father.
We're gonna be rejoicing, but at the same time, we're gonna be looking at the other side like, damn.
Come on. You saying it. You saying it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling
my
you.
My cousin over there, you know what I'm saying, on that side.
Yes, man.
I told them the truth, you know what I'm saying? I told them the truth, but they denied it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And now look, we're on different sides.
Y'all hearing that? I promise you. Father, you got to help us. Father got to help us. Now look at verse 39 again. I'm going to read verse 38, then I'm going to go down to verse 39 again. I shall remove the rebels and those who sin against me. Though I bring them out from where they are living, they shall not enter the land of Yasharal. Then you shall know that I am Yahuwah. Now, some of us are so messed up, we'll take this here and think it mean for white folk. No, it's talking about you. It's talking about you. Yahuwah said you ain't going to enter that land. Because ever since I brought you out of Metzram. And look at verse 39 says. Now he says, as for you, house of Yasharel, this is what the Master Yahuwah says. Keep in mind what all he told us about ourselves, right? And we ain't never changed. So this is what he said. Go on, each of you, serve your pagans if you don't want to listen to me. Do y'all see what Yahuwah saying? He done been through all this here with you before. And before then, and before then, and before then. So he said, go on and serve your idols if you don't want to listen to me then. However, never again dishonor my set apart name with your pagan sacrifices and orders and idols. And that brings me to Hazon or Revelations 22 and 11, where he told them in verse 11 there, in chapter 22. He says, let those who continue to do wrong keep doing what is wrong. Yahuwah is telling, I'm tired of telling you. I see your hand, Isaac. I'm tired of trying to lead you. He says, so just keep on doing what is wrong then. Let the filthy continue to be filthy if they want to. Because I'm tired of telling you. Stop worshiping these idols. But you have continued ever since I brought you out of Egypt, out of Mitzrayim. Now keep on doing it. But now he's talking now to the remnant. To the remnant. He says, let those who are righteous keep doing what is right if they want to. Keep doing it. Let the set
It says he
apart,
is righteous.
let the set apart, and I'm reading this the way it is in this true scripture. Let the set apart continue to be set apart if they want to. He said, because I'm coming soon. I'm coming. Oh, y'all follow. Go ahead, Isaac.
Yahuwah's fed up with us.
He's fed up. He's fed up.
Yeah, see, 39. That last thing that you were just reading.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's talking about today too.
Of course.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not listening to his truth.
Exactly.
You know
It's talking about today too.
We're you know what I'm saying? We're giving his truth to our people, you know, our family, or
Mm-hmm.
you know, our loved ones, but they're hearkening, you know, they're not hearkening, and you know, they're not listening.
They are
You know
part
what
of
I'm saying?
this. Christianity is an idol.
Yeah.
I want that idol.
Yeah.
I want to keep that idol. Who? Christianity. Oh, Jesus, love me. Yes, he do. Because the Bible tell me
Yeah.
so.
You know
All
what I'm
that. I'm keeping
That's
it.
like,
I'm
you know,
keeping it. Yeah, I'm keeping it. That's it. That's what it's talking about. Keep him then.
yeah.
Keep that
This,
faggot.
you know, that's
Because he can't save you.
you know,
He said, go on, keep on
that verse,
serving him.
you know, that verse right there just tells, you know, that just came to, you know, like, it just came to me when I was reading it too, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, this is talking about today too.
It is talking
you know,
about today.
how people are.
It's showing up talking about today
How
because
people,
we're down to we have been gathered and taken into the wilderness. So yeah, it's talking about today. Because we've been gathered before this and taken into the wilderness. And he told, I'm going to rule over you with wrath because you ain't never done what I told you to do. You know what I mean? But now the lands that I took you out of your captivity, and I'm bringing you out of into the wilderness, but you ain't going into the kingdom. Because we got a way about ourselves. Yeah, we're going to meet with some destruction here, Lucretia. And many of us don't even believe that. Because we have heaped to ourselves teachers, because our ears been itchy. We ain't wanting no truth. We want them to tell them what we want to hear, and we didn't pay them to do so. You better tell me what I want to hear, but if you don't, I'm gonna cut your money off. Damn hirelings, man, and we got them hired. Father, help us. They're hired. And we even got a lot of white folks thinking they coming into the promised land because they pay us to tell them. You better look out, you hirelings. I'm telling you.
they're not coming.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
They're not even going to the
They,
wilderness with us.
They
Let alone
pay us.
the promised
They
land.
pay us to tell them that they are, though. What do they care about
there
a
is
lie?
no,
You talking about the lying of
there
people
is,
on the face of the earth. What they care about you lying to them? Long as you tell me, I'm going to pay you. I know it's a lie, but I'm going to pay you to tell me this because the lie sounds better than the truth to these folks.
they ain't no space. There ain't no space for them.
Come on. I'm telling you, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It'll probably be too hot for them anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be too hot for them anyway.
We ain't gonna get on them today, cause I tell them what I'm telling them.
In the wilderness, so it'll
All
be too hot for them.
right. We ain't gonna get on them today. I don't want to be meddling because some folks just meddle at them. I tell them what I think and move on, But that's it. I mean, that's it. Now we can read on now. Yeah, no, let me just read on. Let me show you something here. Because he's going to start dealing with the righteous in here. Okay, now verse 40 says, on my set apart mountain, the high mountain of Yasharel, says Master Yahuwah, all the house of Yasharel, everyone in the land shall serve me. Now you hear that what it's saying? Now all the house of Yasharel. Don't mistake that for all the house of Yasharel in the wilderness, because a lot of you was killed. He says all the house of Yasharel in the land. Are y'all following it?
The remnant.
Yeah, the remnant shall serve me there. Some of us already have proven we ain't gonna serve him, so he ain't talking about you. He ain't talking about you. It says, so I shall accept them. I shall accept them there and ask for your contributions and your first fruit offerings, along with all your set apart gifts. Now all Yahushua got to do is just ask you. He ain't got to make you do nothing with your hard head self, with our old hard head self. He said, I'm just gonna ask you for your contribution now. And you're gonna say, here it go, here it go, here it is, here it is, here it is, Father, here it is. You ready to get, cause why? Cause you're righteous. You're in the land now, you're serving him. Huh? You ain't got to be like Cain when it come to bring his sacrifice. It says Abel offered his sacrifice, but Cain in the process of time. He came when he wanted to get it. He came when he thought it was time, not when Yahuwah was requiring it. All that crap is gone now. When we will ever be righteous, us who make it in, that's the day I'm looking for. That's the day that I'm waiting on. Sure, yeah, we need to gather. You got to go.
I'm with you.
We got to go on in them
I'm with
steps.
you.
Come on, Isaac. I'm telling you, that's the day I'm waiting on. In verse 40, on my set apart mountain, the high mountain of Yasharal, says the Master Yahuwah, all the house of Yasharal, everyone in the land. See, he still had to make the distinction there, because you'll still think that you're going with your hard head self in the land. Now you're going in the wilderness, as we have stated. As we have stated, shall serve me there. I shall accept there. I shall accept them there and ask for your contributions and first fruit offerings, along with all your set apart offerings. I shall accept you like a pleasing, sweet fragrance. Woo, listen to Yahuwah. I will accept you, remnant, as a pleasing, sweet fragrance, where I bring you out from the nations and gather you from the lands where you were scattered. I shall be set apart from through you in the sight of the nations. He's letting us know, when I bring you out from the nations and gather you from the lands where you were scattered. Now, he ain't talking about all of you, Yasharel. This is when you have passed under the rod and you have passed the test. He still brought you out from the lands. He still brought you out from the nations into the land. He still brought you to remnant. So this is who he dealing with. But we'll think this is still talking about all of us. And you can't tell all of us nothing. You can't tell all of us nothing. Are you following me? And it said, so in verse 42 says, so shall you shall know that I am Yahuwah when I bring you into the land of Yasharal. You're going out of the wilderness now. You're going into the land I swore to give to your ancestors. There you shall remember your ways and everything you did to defile yourselves, and you shall feel disgusted with yourselves because of all the evil you committed. I mean, the remnant is even more going to be more repentant when they get back into that land. Oh, why did we do this, Father, to you? Father, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. Why did we keep doing this to you? All of this belonged to us, and you kept it for us, Father. Why? I'm so sorry. This is the remnant talking. And ain't talking about your rebels, because you've been purged out with your hard head, loud mouth self. You've been purged out. And you know I love to get on this hill kind of, Don't defy Yahuwah's orders either. You doing women. Don't defy his order. I don't care if you're smarter than us.
Hey, Hey, I'll read that one more time.
What verse 43?
Yeah.
42. Started verse 42. He said, "You shall
Okay.
know that I am Yahuwah when I bring you into the land of Yasharel, the land I swore to give to your ancestors. There you shall remember your ways and understand remember your ways and everything you did to defile yourselves, and you shall feel disgusted with yourself because of all the evils you committed." When are we gonna get disgusted with ourselves when we get here? The remnant, man. Now I know that the remnant, in order for you to be the remnant, you have already become disgusted with yourself. That's what made you pass through the rod and get on into the land. But once you really see what Yahuwah have for you, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man what Yahuwah have for those that love him. You're gonna remember your crooked ways all over again and repent. Oh, I was so long from this place because of my disobedience. I'm so sorry, Father. I'm so sorry, Father. Verse 44 said, "Then
Mm.
you shall know that I am Yahuwah when I treat you according to my name's sake, not based on your evil ways or your corrupt actions. O house of Yasharel, says the Master Yahuwah." This is why he's acting this way with you, because of his name's sake, not because of you, not because of you, not because of us. Are y'all hearing me? It's his name. It's his name that he's concerned about. It's his great name. Oh, can somebody shout hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
his great name
Hallelujah. Ooh.
in which he looks at, not us, not us, not us.
Then just you by reading all three verses, it just brings tears to my eyes,
Yeah,
for reals.
yeah, man.
You know.
We need him.
I just need to ask you, how can I be obedient to him, man? Because
Mm.
I don't want to fall by the sword whenever he uh start to waving that measuring rod. You know what I'm saying? I
Boy,
don't find no blemishes on me.
yeah, see, when you go back to this stuff and read it like it's supposed to be read, it put things in perspective. It brings condemnation. I mean, not condemnation. It brings conviction. Then, doesn't it? It brings it when you read it in
Yeah.
perspective here and show how our Father have become. Man, he's gonna gather us with an attitude. That's what I see here, because of what we have
Yeah.
done.
That's
Hallelujah.
why that's why scripture said you gotta serve him with fear and trembling.
Come on now, you there? You there? Well, people, if there's not any more questions or comments, and get ready to get out of here. And let me say this right here: we're gonna start these Sunday lives at 9 a.m. instead of 8, because they done went up on our hour over here. They have went up an hour over here, and this is rough because we started these conversations when the time U.S. always go up and back on their time. So we started when we was an hour later, but now we're an hour earlier, and it's rough. You know, it's rough. So we'll start at 9. We'll start at 9 a.m., and that'll give True the time to cook them biscuits and take care of that Aki there. What about that? What about that? That'll give him time to do that.
Still going.
Huh?
He's still going.
I know he appreciated it though. That big Aki. Hey guys, I love y'all guys. I do. I do. And it's all good. Um, and I want to thank those that is continuing to support the work in Nigeria. You know who you are. I appreciate you. I do. I do. You know, I ain't gonna say what I was about to say, but I go ahead, Sue. Yahoo, I see your finger. Your little Baptist finger.
I'm sorry.
You do this. You do this.
My son just wants to say something to Brother Isaac.
Your son want to say something to Brother Isaac? Okay. Brother Isaac, you got a little boy admiring
Yeah.
you, boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't you want to
All
say
right.
them? Come in. He's shy now.
He's shy now.
I told him that you are Maui. I told him that you are Maui, so he just wanted to say hi.
What do you know? What do you know about Maui?
Maui. Maui.
That
Tell
movie
her I
of
say hi.
Oh, he watched a movie like that or something?
yeah,
The movie Moana.
Moana.
You know,
I don't
there's
know.
a
yeah,
Moana.
Wanna make way, make way.
yes,
Man, how you know?
yeah.
How you be knowing all that stuff, Shaquille? Tell me how you be
Cause
knowing all.
that's the movie.
Really?
That's
But name, I ought to watch the TV a
Yeah,
little bit more than
you
y'all
look
be.
it up, on Disney Channel or Disney Plus. You know, you'll see that
Yeah.
cartoon
That's
movie.
actually your people, right? They actually representing your people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it represents the whole. It represents the whole Pacific. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
let me read
You
verse
know,
40,
Okay.
the
45 right here.
Okay.
He said, moreover, the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, son of a damn, I guess it's
Woo, Sister
he.
Trudy.
It said,
Woo, girl. Hey, I bye y'all. Bye. I gotta go. She just made me hungry. Made me. I seen that food, girl.
Hello, Emily. It's
Woo.
late now.
I gotta go, y'all. I love y'all. And
Love you.
bye. I'm gone.
all
I'm
right,
gone. All praise to Yahuwah. Really love y'all. Thank y'all for
all praise.
watching in.
all right.
Baby girl, your heat,
I'm
Lucretia,
way
Brenda.
too.
Thank y'all been
Amanda.
with us and
I'm
stuff. And I
way
don't
too.
know who might Patricia. I am Lynn Flo. Shalom, everyone. Thank y'all guys for everything. But this woman showed this plate she got, and I gotta go. I
Uh
gotta go.
Gotta go hit that kitchen. You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
go find. And I smelled something too earlier. So let me just follow my nose. Thank y'all. Love y'all guys, okay?
It
Love y'all
better not
guys.
be those bacon.
All right, all right. Shaquille, y'all. Love y'all. Love all y'all.
all
Thank
right.
you.
Love
Love
you.
y'all
Thank
Love
too.
y'all.
y'all.
All right.
Love
All right.
you. Shalom.
Bye.
Shalom.
Yeah.